033-202-544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1. Talks Radio, #1.
Hello worldwide, I'm with level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. My 20 things set about Sam. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Or you singer and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fi spit fire now. Listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio and you say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app no. Our Play Store and the App Store. Na tune in and say this what you see baba live on Facebook, go Instagram, any Ghana Talks Radio page and so now listen. Ebe you fire. 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
morning, Ghana. Good morning, lovely listeners of Ghana Talks Radio. It's yet another beautiful, brand new day. And yes, it's the weekend. Thank God it's Friday. And as usual, you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is your news headline review. And I am your host, Esnam Fiagbedu. And today, we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment, and everything in between. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspective on each topic. And today, I have my beautiful ladies here with me as my panelists
This
on my
is
news
GhanaTalks
headline
Radio.
review. Miss Regina Bless, how are you doing?
I'm good. What of you?
I'm doing great.
All right.
I don't know if it's today is my lazy day or something.
Yeah, today is almost everyone's lazy day.
Yeah, simply because it's a weekend?
It's a weekend, yeah.
It's
And
a
we are
weekend.
anticipating for the weekend.
And it's payday too.
Hey, the payday is not today. The payday was, when was it? Ending.
So meaning you've already exhausted your money.
Oh, yes.
You've already what this canary?
Asa.
Oh, Charlie.
Inti mumie no. You and your producer. Today, everyone has to socket me 10 times.
Everyone has to
aside this one man, you know.
Oh, I see.
Everyone has to socket me. Yes.
Anyway, I see you love black. You're loving.
Oh,
You
yeah.
like black.
I
Anyway,
really
you
love
look
it.
good in black.
Oh,
My
thank
producer
you.
is also showing me that he's also wearing black. Producer.
For him, we are not twinning. I
Thank
can
you.
only twin with one person.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I see
yeah.
that. I see that. All right. So before we dive into our news headline review for today, we are just going to touch on some issues before we go into that, and that will be our just by the way, like how we do it. So we've all seen a viral video of two ladies who were kidnapped.
Yeah.
I think, was it a day before yesterday, you showed me a video. And the good news is that
They've been found.
the police rescued two women in viral kidnapping video.
Oh, God.
8 arrested in Ghana, Nigeria joint operation.
Oh. Today I buy champagne. We will pop champagne.
Because honestly, that video
Hey!
was very disheartening, very, very sad. And then we saw a video where they were using machetes
What's
to hit a lady. All right, so let me read a story. The Ghana Police Service, in a joint operation with the National Security Signals Bureau and the Nigerian Police Force, has successfully rescued two female victims who were kidnapped and featured in a viral video that caused national outrage. The distributed footage, which circulated widely on social media, showed one of the victims being assaulted with a machete while nude. The footage sparked public alarm and prompted swift action by National Security Agency. In a statement issued on Thursday, the Ghana Police Service confirmed the rescue of the victims and announced that 8 suspects had been arrested in connection with the kidnapping. The arrests were made across various hideouts in both Ghana and Nigeria. So that is it. So in collaboration with the National Signal Bureau, and I believe someone may ask, what is the National Signal Bureau? So the National Signal Bureau in Ghana provides integrated secure signal systems for national security and intelligence agencies. So it provides timely signals, intelligence to counter threat to security and national well-being, manages secure communications networks, and played a vital role in Ghana's general election since 2028. So the National Signal Bureau has been in existence for quite some time now, and it played, a vital role in 2018 general election. Yeah, so that is it. And I think that is a good news to all of us. This one, the police are working. Miss Regina? Yeah, the police are working.
The police are really working, and I wish this is how they would always work. Expedite investigation process. They have to have the people's interest. They have to have the people's interest at heart, and I feel that it's a very good thing, and they really need to be applauded. It's a very commendable one. I'm really, really happy.
These people get into the country and then started kidnapping people all of a sudden.
Yeah. You know, I always say Ghana is a country where
Because these people are
anyone-
Nigerians.
Exactly. And I don't think they kidnap the people here, some people here, but according to one legit source, the Ama is, I forgot her name, but she goes by the name Ama. She was really making waves on social media when she was kidnapped. So allegedly she went to Nigeria. You know, most Ghanaians leave Ghana to go and purchase goods from Nigeria and come back to Ghana to sell. Amasewa. That was where she was kidnapped, on her way, and she was kidnapped. But for the other lady whose machete was being used on her, for her, I don't really know how her kidnapping went about. But for the Ama, we really thank God for their lives, because if you have watched the video, you would understand how we are really feeling now.
Yeah, that's very sad, I must say. When I watched the video, I was like, wow.
Yeah. And you know, Nigeria, sorry to say, allegedly Nigeria is known for their black markets. When it comes to selling body spare parts and all that, they are really known for it. So even with the Ama's video, you could see that the kidnapper told her that if the family don't bring the money, they'll just cut her breast and sell it. Because with that, they'll really get a lot of money. So just imagine they cut her breast, her nose, her fingers. They'll really get a lot of money. So the officials in Nigeria should see to it that their people do the right thing. They can't also come into, and their Ghana officers or our president of Ghana should also rule with stern hands. The fact that we are neighbors with these people doesn't mean they can just come into Ghana just like that.
The video is very sad, and we are grateful to God that finally the police has rescued these ladies. That's a good one coming up from the police. Kudos.
And they should treat all matters with agency, just like this.
Yeah, just like this. And I think that is going to help us go a long way. All right, so let's dive into our major headlines for today. So President Mahama urges public sector workers to speak out against mismanagement. President John Dramani Mahama has called on workers in state institutions to resist silence in the face of mismanagement, urging them to speak up when their enterprises are being driven into ruin. President Mahama encouraged public sector workers to be bold in defending the sustainability of their workplaces, declaring his full support for those who expose wrongdoing. He stressed that workers have a vested interest in the survival and success of their institutions and must play an active role in safeguarding them. The president emphasized the need for collaboration between workers and management to ensure the viability of state-owned enterprises. These are his words. Let us work together to make these institutions viable because they belong to all of us, he added. Highlighting plans to introduce reforms in both the public and private labor sectors, the president outlined key interventions that include the modernization of workplaces, timely salary payment, and the removal of bureaucratic bottlenecks that hinder productivity. So this is coming from President John Dramani Mahama, and this was part of his speech he gave yesterday for May Day. For workers, and then he is urging all public sector workers to speak out against mismanagement. So that is it, Miss Debbie.
So President Mahama is a listening president. That is what I see from afar. You know, when the previous administration was in power, the things they said was that the main key which he emphasized on was for citizens to be, he said, be something, not spectators.
Partakers.
No. He said we should do something and not be spectators. He made a statement, just I've forgotten the other word. He said we should be, I can't remember the same, but he said we should be citizens, but not spectators. Yes, it means that we shouldn't only look at the thing. If something is going on, we should voice it out. But at the end of the day, it became a different thing. People became spectators with citizens, and then they were trying to do their right to confront the previous administration, but they didn't listen. But this is a government that is calling on citizens. He said, listen, if you think something is going on and you feel like you want to voice it out, feel free and voice it out, because I will listen. And that is it. If you're a leader, it doesn't mean because you're a leader you're not going to listen. It is people that have pushed you to where you are, and that same people pushed you there because of a purpose. And so to make that purpose a reality, then you have to listen to them. So with what he said yesterday, trust me, I was very happy, because when it's happening like that, it is also a motivation to these workers that if something is going on bad, I can voice it out. But there is another issue. It's not only about voicing it out. When we voice it out, we want something to be done. Because when we voice it out and then you listen and then nothing is being done about what we are voicing out, then there is no need. So that's that on my side.
Ms. Regina, what do you make of the statements the president made with regards to workers' reports and mismanagement in their workplaces?
All right. So with that, I'll say it's a very good one from our president. As she said, our president is a man who has listening ears and who have the people's interest at heart. So he coming out as a whole president to make sure that workers, either both government or private sectors, make sure that they speak up in regards to mismanagement in their institutions, in their entities. Is a very good one, because most people are dealing with certain issues at work, and up to now they don't have that boldness to even speak up. They just endure it just because they need the money, and just because they are scared that if they speak up, if they are bold enough to talk, my job will be on the line. That is what most people know, and that is how, in fact, that is how most bosses deal with their workers. Once you are bold enough to speak up, then it means get ready to be fired. And our economy now, as it stands, when you have a job, you should make sure that you secure that job till eternity. Because once you lose your job,
it's very difficult to find a new one.
Yes. So it's not only about the workers speaking up, but it's also about how the bosses treat these people. Fine, you are the one paying them, but without these people, productivity won't go on. Some people will be at the top and be like, for this job, even without the workers, I can still do it. If you can still do it, sack them and come and sit in and do it yourself. Don't do that. So workers, when you have
issues at the workplace,
exactly, be bold enough to speak up. If you don't want to speak up, I feel that the best thing to do is to just speak up.
No, but how do we encourage these workers to speak up? Because here lies the case. You mentioned that their job is on the line.
Exactly. That also boils down to the CEO, the managers, supervisors, HR. In every institution, there's an HR, human resource management. Whatever you are going through at work, either you are being fairly or unfairly abused, you are not being treated well. That's why we have the HR. He or she sees to it that people in the workplace are being fairly treated. They make sure that they tackle issues of abuse and other things. So you just talk to the HR. And if you also see that the HR is not doing what he or she is supposed to do well to tackle the issue, that is where you move on to your bosses themselves. So the bosses also should learn how to respect their workers. The fact that you pay your workers doesn't mean that you should object them or you should limit them to torture. And when we talk about abuse, it's not only about physical abuse. Some people are being abused mentally and emotionally. So they really need to work on it. And I agree with our president. Just speak up.
Ms. Debbie, how do we encourage these workers to speak up without fear? Because here lies the case. They are scared if they talk, they are going to lose their job or something. So in a way, the president is encouraging whistleblowing, right?
Yeah. So the president is saying they should speak up. And then I feel like even though he's speaking to the workers, there should also be more emphasis on the bosses as well. Because you are working for someone. You're not working for yourself. Even in the government institution, the government is in charge of the institution, but there is a boss. and then you have to walk by the rules of the boss or by the orders of the boss. And then walking by the orders of the boss is just like walking by the orders from the president, because indirectly the boss is standing in for the president. So I feel like these bosses or managers who manage these institutions should also, be talked to. They should talk to them so they don't intimidate the workers. Because some bosses can intimidate you to the extent that when you feel like saying something, you can't even say it. And there is no cordial relationship. Sometimes there's no cordial relationship between the bosses and the workers. And so they feel like there is no way you can pour out your grievances to the boss. So I feel like for this to stand, even though they are calling on the workers as well, the managers of these institutions should also be talked to. And then they should also convey the right information to the president. Because as I'm working here, then I feel like something is bad. I cannot just walk straight to the president. Hey, sir, there are procedures you are supposed to follow. There are channels you are supposed to follow to convey that message. So if these bosses or the managers, you can tell them what is wrong with you or something. But when they don't convey the right message to the top official, then what is the essence?
Well, we are living in an entity, or maybe in an institution. Should I say an institution? Or we are living in an environment where I feel like people do not want to accept their mistakes.
Especially the bosses.
Things are not going well in an organization. You even find it hard to even speak up. It's a collective body, and we are all learning together. And I feel like you accepting mistake is the best way to learn, because you are working and then you don't even know how you are working unless someone is behind you and the person tells you that this is how you are working. So obviously workers are going to be scared to speak up if things are not going well in an organization. But how would they be protected? Because here lies the case. So reporting now, whatever way that the boss or whoever that you went to report that is mismanaging maybe funds or something in the organization will find every ways and means to retaliate.
All right, so that boils down to guaranteeing if there's a word like that, guaranteeing confidentiality.
So when these people report these cases,
it shouldn't be a case where I come personally to manager to tell him, manager, this and this and this is what is going on. This is what Isinam is doing. This is what Debbie is doing. This is what Q is doing. It shouldn't be a case like that. They should, even in churches, we have suggestion box. So you set it there. You can also, now we deal with our phones, we deal with our website and all that. You can create a link where we call something anonymous messages, where you can send through that place. Then that doesn't necessarily expose the person or who is behind or who is sending the message. That alone can guarantee the safety of the person and can also safeguard the person's job. So setting up suggestion boxes and also creating anonymous channels, I think that would do.
Because that will help the workers feel protected. Because here lies the case, I don't want to lose my job, and this is what is happening in the organization, and it's affecting me indirectly because you're also part of it. And then when you go out there, you wear their t-shirt and oh yeah, she's part of it, and she's part of those people who did this and did that, which didn't sit right in a particular community. Whistleblowing is good. It's good for you to, but in a way,
very huge effect.
It has a very that is if only the person's safety is guaranteed. Why not? Everyone will love to be a whistleblower. So that is it. Moving on. ECG will not be privatized. President John Dramani Mahama has assured Ghanaians that the electricity company of Ghana will not be privatized under his administration, reaffirming his commitment to strengthening the public sector. His comments come in response to growing concerns about the possible privatization of the country's main power distributor amid fears of collapse linked to heavy indebtedness and poor management. President Mahama outlined his plans to improve power distribution through public-private partnership rather than full privatization. What is happening this morning? He was emphatic in dispelling fears of privatization, stating, "Let me assure you that it is not my intention to privatize ECG as an institution. Our attention is more on public-private collaboration to inject efficiency into our downstream electricity distribution system." So this is coming from President John Dramani Mahama. And then he is encouraging us, he's giving us the mandate, he's giving us the assurance that ECG will not be privatized. But what will happen if ECG is fully privatized or is being managed by a private entity?
There will definitely be high costs of purchasing electricity. Tariffs on electricity will keep increasing, because when ECG is privatized, it means the government have no sole authority over the institution again. The government have no say over the institution, because automatically the institution have been sold to a private sector. So they are the one managing the affairs of the institutions.
Right.
And so you, the government, you have no say. So if every 3 days they'll be like, we want to increase electricity tariffs every 3 days, there is nothing the government can do, because it's no longer under his care. And when it happens like that, it's going to affect us, because immediately electricity tariffs are being increased, it affects everything.
Yeah.
And we use electricity for almost everything here.
Yeah.
Now prepaid, when you are buying prepaid, is it not what's the name? Online purchasing.
Yeah, you can buy online.
You buy it online. When electricity tariffs is being increased, I mean, water bills and everything increases. Those who sells, and then it has to do with using electricity. It means the cost of living is also going to be high, because if I'm supposed to be, let's say I have a shop, and then I deal with selling, what's the name? Akoko is quite funny.
Chicken.
Yes, you sell chicken and stuffs, and then you have to refrigerate this chicken, and then all the time you have to be buying. You are buying, I mean, electricity more than what you profit or what you gain. There is definitely going to be increase, and then when it happens like that, it's going to affect we the consumers.
Yeah.
So people calling for privatization of ECG should think about it, and then it's also going to cause job losses. The ECG now is under the care of the government, and the people being the people that have been employed now have been employed under this government. So if you are privatizing it and I'm taking over, I will lay off all your workers and then bring in my workers, which means that those people that will be laid off will tend to be a liability to the country.
Right.
So we should consider all these things. If not, then trust me, we'll be here and be calling for privatization of ECG, and at the end of the day, we'll suffer more. So to stop all this, I think a strategic plan should be taken. And as it stands, we all know that we owe, but then we should find find ways and means, I mean, to solve that problem or pay for it, because the bill could read there.
Miss Regina.
All right. So electricity is a critical public utility where we all have access to. It is something that we can't do without in our daily lives. Even with a day without electricity, see how it feels. So it is something that is of major concern to not only the government but also to the public as well. So when we talk about the privatization of ECG, it can reduce government oversight, seeing to the day-to-day activities of what goes on in ECG. But since it's privatized, there's no way they would oversee to it again, and it will influence overpricing, access, and strategic decisions. We all know that when it comes to private institutions or private firms, they really they really like or love profits over what's, public interest or the interest of the people. It is profit that they really want. So it would also caused that. That boils down to the tariff increase, and also, as she said, job losses and worker insecurity. Privatization often leads to restructuring and cost cutting, including layoffs, which affect job security for current ECG employees. And yeah, as I said, profit over public interest, and also limited accountability, failed past experiences, risk of foreign ownership. Yeah. So with all these,
so that is what is going to happen when ECG is fully privatized. But here lies the case. President John Dramani Mahama is saying that it's going to be a public-private institution. So it's going to be managed. So the public, so a private organization is going to be included and is going to have shares in the ECG company. So now my question is, how different is it going to be when they come into collaboration with?
Is it the private and the
government? Yeah, the private and then
the
government.
There will definitely be some kind of difference, because when the government is collaborating with the private sector, it's like the private sector having a 50% in it, and then the government also have a 50% in it. And so with them coming together to help, it means the private sector do not have a sole authority over ECG. And so you bring your decision, I also bring my decision, and then we sit down to think of how to help. But so you want to privatize it completely, it means the government is withdrawing himself and then giving it to the private sector.
Yeah, full ownership.
Yeah, so the 50-50 is okay. Because the government...
Do you think power is going to be reliable and available to all Ghanaians at every time if we go in partnership with these private sectors as well?
Yeah, it's nice. It's my
because sometimes ECG doesn't... I don't really know how it is, but what I know is there's something called, is it independent power suppliers, where ECG goes to them for power. So they are independent, they are private sectors, but yes, so we still have the power that we need, even though at a point it's interruptible and it's not all that stable. But giving the full access to these people, see, trust me, if I'm a private sector and government gives me that real power, gives me that full power to grab this opportunity, I would grab it with full hands, and I will make sure that I do it to what I like, not what the government wants. So 50-50, I feel it's good. Both have a say in it.
Yeah. And we also know how effective private sectors are. They are so serious when it comes to their work.
But why is it that the private sector, is it a disease? Because the private sector is more effective more than the...
Yes.
Because doesn't have to do with...
Doesn't have to do... No.
It's more effective because...
Is it because of management?
You use your own money in setting up the business, so you don't want to fail. Because when you fail or when you go at loss, it's definitely going to affect you. But for the government, you are working for the government, whether Akoyo or Ankoyo, at the end of the day, you get your pay. Right? So that's the mentality.
Wow.
And that is the main reason why we are not moving forward as a country. And it's not only to the ECG, it cuts across all government institutions. Because the person will tell you that,
yeah.
And Mahama own few and especially the school teachers will not come to school, but at the end of the month
they are being paid.
They are being paid. But a private institution, oh boy, you see CCTV, they are monitoring. So it's part. But with the government institution, no. And so that is why they will continue to fail if we don't
change our mentality. Do you want to add up something?
Yeah. So with what she's saying, I feel like the government can still be a government sector, but have the mindset of a private sector, where you rule with strictness. It's not only about strictness per se, but mixing strictness with flexibility. That would really help. But it looks like when you go to the government sectors, they have the free will to do what they want because they are not accountable to anyone. Even if productivity doesn't go on, I still have my money at the end of the month. Yeah. As she said, teachers, for example, in government schools, except that you have a headmistress or a headmaster who is very strict. Aside that, they do what they want. I can't remember. I started government school when I got to Form 1, and See, private school, you can't speak Chio.
No, you won't.
When I got there for that whole 2 months, I was speaking English. But I got to a point, you are speaking English, so the person is answering you with Chi. So I also started adapting to the Chi. No seriousness, nothing. So they can still be a government sector, but have the mentality of a private sector, and I think it would help.
So that it has to do with the individual's mentality.
Yeah.
Yes.
Has to do
Because
with the
we should
individual's
ask ourselves,
mentality.
I'm not diverting from the topic,
Yeah.
but why do private institutions that these students are being taught by SHS graduates passed more than government institutions that these students are being taught
Then maybe it could be the student themselves.
by
not
trade?
a
It's not a
student.
student. Hey, sister,
It's
private
not a
school.
student.
Yes.
All right.
When you are late, you can be killed by 3 teachers before you even get to the classroom.
So President John Dramani Mahama is assuring all Ghanaians that ECG will not be privatized, but rather is going to improve power distribution through public-private partnership, rather than it being full privatized. This is where we draw the curtains for a news headline review. Up next, we have Debbie Grill.
Let's go. Good morning and welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we grill matters that concern to the state. Now, this morning, I'm happy and a bit sad. And today, I want us to look at something very critical that cuts across all African countries. Now, today I'm diverting our attention to Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré has taken steps to distance Burkina Faso from Western influence, particularly France, and has instead aligned the country with Russia. This move is seen as a challenge to Western interests and dominance in the region. Now, the West, particularly the US, is accused of wanting to maintain control over Africa's resources. Traoré's efforts to utilize Burkina Faso gold reserve for the country's security purposes have been met with criticism from US General Michael Langley, sparking tensions between the two nations. Now, Traoré's commitment to self-determination and sovereignty for his people is perceived as a threat to Western powers' influence in Africa. Now, the West is accused of trying to undermine African leaders who prioritize their nation's interests over Western agendas. Now, why should someone's determination to take or move his country from slavery become a threat to your country? Now, you see, I was very happy when I saw Ghanaian youth, not only Ghanaian youth, other African youth standing in for Burkina Faso. You see, this is what we are supposed to do. You know, the Western world, they are still controlling Africans. We claim we are independent, but trust me, we are not. We are dependent. Because how can we be independent whilst we still depend on the Western world? How can we claim to be independent whilst the natural resources that have been endowed onto us by our Creator goes to them first, and then they detect the price they will pay on it for us? Something that belongs to us, someone is detecting for us the amount he's going to pay you to take it. And because we as Africans have refused to think and wake up, and because some of our political leaders in some African countries, I won't say African, some African countries, in African countries are selfish and do not want the interest of the country, They connive with this Western world to fight their own people. Let's look at how our own Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. And let's look at how other African leaders have been overthrown because they stood their grounds, that they want the best for their country. I mean, it is very nice as a country to be dependent and not independent on someone. But no, that's not what we see. And you see, God has been so good to African countries that he has blessed that with almost everything. Gold we have, diamond we have. What don't we have as Africans? We have everything that tells us that we can manage our own affairs. But no, that's not what we want. We want to sell it out and then gain something from them. And you know, this Western world, the leaders of this Western world are not going to keep quiet and see you progress. And that is why they keep detecting for you. And they'll keep detecting for us as Africans because we've refused to think. We've refused to stand our grounds. Not as if we don't know the truth. Not as if we don't know that what we are doing is bad. But because of our selfish gain, as I said, we just want to do it. No, I want the gold for myself. Or no, I want the diamond for myself. That is it. And then you don't care about the people. Because I don't understand, as Africans, we have all the natural resources. And we can as well manage it well for our own good. And then the only thing we can do now is move into this Western world begging for arms. Does it really make sense to us? And if someone stood or is now standing his ground to change the affairs of his country, you want to take action and overthrow him? No, it won't work. Africans, even if our leaders are refused to come to the realization that they are doing us a very big harm, we the citizens are now realizing that we've been fooled for so long. And so we are not going to sit down and keep quiet for them to keep ruling us. Just imagine, as it stands now, Burkina Faso do not own a kobo. They don't even owe the Western world a kobo because he made sure, Ibrahim Traore made sure he cleared the debts they owe them. And within a space of some few months, he has built a tomato factory. And in looking at the amount he used in building tomato factories, some African countries use ×5 of that money to build other factories. And sometimes the things, the project they start with, they don't even end. And then you keep asking yourself, where is the money? And they don't even account to us. But trust me, that money is our money. They don't even account to us that, oh, listen, this is the money we've invested into this project. This is the outcome of it. And this is what is left behind. No, they don't do that. Because they know when they come out to account to you, because they've embezzled the money, they know it. And we know it. And we know they are not truthful enough. Now in Burkina Faso, students in universities will be paid. You are going to school and you are being paid. And this same man has stopped the purchasing of foreign dresses from the Western world. What we call it here, force. He said no one should export foreign dresses into the country. And this man is actually sending a signal to African leaders. But still, they don't want to reason. How can they reason when we have people at the age of 50, 60 years ruling the country? Forgive my words, but at the age of 60, the thinking capability of the person is already weak. We need fresh blood to rule Africa. Because the people we have now, Trust me, they don't think about you. You see all those campaign messages and all those things they are saying. They are just saying it for fun. It is their own interest. That's what they want. And you see, this Western world are doing their possible me to create confusion between Africans. And trust me, when we stand as one, when we unite as Africans, there is no way they can have control over us. And I'm so pained when I see some Africans trying to connive with them to fight their own people. Because, see, if your enemy wants to attack you, he first look for your weakness. And believe me, no enemy can know your weakness if someone closer to you does not reveal it to him or her. And that is what we see in Africa. As some people are trying to gather up and then make sure that we are no more enslaved by these people, some people are also passing back doors to connive with them and then destroy what you are planning. You see, Africans, we have a very big problem. See, and our problem, no prayer can solve it. No amount of fasting can solve this. It has to start with our mentality. We have to change from here. Because if we don't change, we are just joking. We claim to be independent. Hey, independent in Ponye. And then some people even claim to be beyond aid. We are beyond aid. But within a second, we are running to them for money. And they will detect you because you owe them. And if you owe someone and you are not able to pay the person, what the person tells you is what you will do because you have no say. And that is what we are seeing. So this is a caution to African leaders. It's either you wake up from your slumber and then think like how the youth are thinking. Else, we are going to see the worst. We are going to see the worst happening. And this is a time where we have to support Ibrahim Traore. We are not going to allow them to take his life just like the way they did to others. No, it won't happen. It will never happen. Can you just imagine? Does it make sense? Because he took over the country through coup. So you took him out of ECOWAS. Does it really make sense to we Africans? And then we sit down and then we say things that do not even make sense. And then we talk as if they don't know what they are doing. But we should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be ashamed of ourselves because we have everything. God has done his part, because he knows that this is how African will be. So he made sure that he gave us everything so we don't lack. But because we are in for ourselves and ourselves alone, and whatever happens is none of our business, this is where we've gotten to as Africans. And each year we celebrate Independence Day. And I don't even know the reason why we celebrate Independence Day, because we are not independent. We are not independent. We celebrate independence and then the situation keeps worsening day after day. And then there's still high cost of living. But you pay tax. You pay tax, insurance is not working. But when you go to Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore is saying he sees no reason why someone who is a citizen of the country goes to the hospital and he has to pay. And so he has scrapped it. And still we don't want to learn. Oh, it's very painful. Very, very painful. Let's wake up before it's too late. Because the clock is ticking in every minute and in every second. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you for making time with us on the Debbie's Grill. That was indeed a grill. We Africans need to wake up from our slumber. Mr. Junior, what do you have for us?
I am a Ghanaian.
Or you say I should calm down?
I am a Ghanaian and I stand with Burkina Faso.
Hey. Today in history.
All right. So today in history, just a quick one. Ghana's National Reconciliation Commission commenced investigations into human rights abuses that occurred during the country's period of military rule. 1994, Nelson Mandela claimed victory in South Africa's first democratic elections, marking the end of apartheid and the beginning of a new era in the country's history. 1952, the de Havilland Comair, the world's first commercial jet airliner, completed its inaugural flight from London to Johannesburg, revolutionizing air travel. 2020, in South Africa, thousands of people formed long lines to receive food aid amid the COVID-19 pandemic, highlighting the severe economic impact of the crisis. Moving to some did you know? Did you know that Lake Volta in Ghana is one of the world's largest man-made lakes by surface area? Did you also know that Ghana was once called the Gold Coast due to its vast gold resources? And this is where I end today's Today in History. And did you know, live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless. Oh, I know that Ghana was once called Good Coast.
I know you know.
You don't have to tell me Ghana was called Good Coast. But what I don't know is Lake Volta is one of
you
the
that
largest.
one you don't know.
Oh, I knew, but maybe I forgot it.
You forgot.
Man-made.
Yeah, man-made. Yeah. Artificial lake.
Artificial.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lake.
Anyways, okay. So back to Debbie's girl.
Yeah.
She mentioned that we need to wake up
As a
country and think like the way the youth are thinking. Do you mind elaborating a bit on that? How are the youth thinking these days?
The old people, they are outdated.
Oh, okay.
They are outdated, seriously. And they keep, doing things like in the 1980s. Mm-hmm. And we are no longer there. We are no longer there. And you see, can you just imagine a president going for a conference and he's sleeping?
And who was sleeping?
Even listening to?
No, who was sleeping?
Who was sleeping? Please, I don't have the money. Was sleeping, and a whole president was called to come and give a state. Or when it's
Obekadeng, seriously.
So
I know. Are you serious?
As a whole.
And with what she's saying, sorry to interrupt. I saw a video where an African leader, very old, where he's supposed to be sleeping in his bed, was standing on a parade ground and he was urinating on himself.
Right here in Ghana?
No, not in Ghana.
Okay.
Some of the African countries. So you see, we need mojamono.
So what are you advocating for?
Young leaders.
We are advocating for young leaders, and then we should start.
So don't you think you should be talking to the youth rather?
You should be talking to the youth.
The
ones in power not ready to give way for them to come.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
See, politics has not become a family heritage. Because I'm in politics, and I know my time is up. I'm pushing my child in it. I'm pushing my relative in it. And so you will come with the best idea, but trust me, Undru.
Let's even use Nigeria's president, for example. This man is old enough to be sleeping and resting. The last time he went for a conference, and there's this tube where they inject when you go to the hospital. Say, Ofri Hospital, nearby, so he fed us him. Peter Obi, he's very young. These people did not vote for him. Chada.
So you see, these people, they are old. They are old, so they have to give way, pave a way for the young people to come. And you see, it has been common in governance, and now it has been associated to other government institutions. It's very bad.
All right, it's very bad. All right, let's go for the news.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
with me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adosu.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Good morning and welcome to the morning news broadcast on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, President Mahama rules out ECG privatization. Minority cautions Mahama's move of new judicial appointment. On same stance, Minority Leader Alexander Phenyo-Markins criticizes the National Democratic Congress response to Galamsey. Hobson Adoye vows to quit politics should the New Patriotic Party win in the 2028 elections. These and many more coming up shortly. To stay with us. To our first story, President John Dramani Mahama has assured Ghanaians that the electricity company of Ghana will not be privatized under his leadership. He emphasized his commitment to strengthening the public sector and addressing concerns over proposals to privatize the power distributor. President Mahama reaffirmed his dedication to maintaining and improving public services. He explicitly states the ECG will remain under public ownership. The assurance comes amid increasing public worry over potential privatization and its impact on electricity cost and accessibility. To other stories, the minority in Parliament has expressed concerns about President Mahama's recent nomination of 7 Court of Appeal judges to the Supreme Court. They believe the move is part of a broader strategy to pave way for a potential third term for President Mahama. The minority questions the motivation behind the nominations as politically driven. These developments comes amid ongoing political dynamics where the balance of power in judiciary can have far-reaching implications. They spoke to the media.
And to the people of Ghana, our fellow countrymen and women, we invite you to join us. This is not just about the few political parties determining to go on the streets. Of course, we are going on a peaceful demonstration. This is not Parliament's fight. It is a fight for every citizen who wants to live in a country where the law is supreme and no man, no matter how powerful, is above the law. We say that there must be an end to the division and the anger of the past. This government must tread with the greatest caution, always keeping tomorrow in mind when taking decisions today, because these decisions may shape future governance. If we continue down this path, we risk creating a culture of retaliatory politics, where successive governments are more focused on settling political scores than solving problems. Last but not the least, it is obvious that the bold attempt by Mr. President to nominate out of the blue 7 judges to the Supreme Court is the first major attempt at all that they have rehearsed. A third term agenda. All that the NDC is doing, all that our president is doing through the advice of the hawks of NDC is to set a third term agenda for his leadership.
Moving on, the minority has also accused President of orchestrating a plot to hijack the judiciary by suspending the Chief Justice. The party views this move as a dangerous assault on the judiciary's independence and Ghana's democratic principles. Meanwhile, the Ghana Bar Association has called for the suspension to be revoked, deeming it as unconstitutional.
Therefore, reiterate our call for the immediate reinstatement of the Chief Justice and the withdrawal of his unconstitutional action. The future of our republic, the confidence of our people in the judiciary, and the very soul of our democracy depends on this. Let it be known that the New Patriotic Party will fiercely and relentlessly resist any attempt to hijack our judicial system for any political gain. We urge Ghanaians across all divide to speak out and defend our constitution. We urge everyone to be part of this historic demonstration on Monday, 5th May. We must all be part of this effort. There is this sinister motive by Mr. Mahama to pack the judiciary to seek a judicial interpretation of the constitution which will interpret Article 62 so that he intends to go a third term. This agenda, inshallah, shall fail.
In other stories, Minority Leader Alexander Fenyo-Markins has criticized the National Democratic Congress for failing to tackle illegal mining. According to him, although the New Patriotic Party was not successful with the fight against Galamsey, the situation has worsened under the current administration. Fenyo-Markins highlights the need for effective solution to address the canker.
Now let's come to the issue of Galamsey. Somewhere 2014, the then Minister of Finance, Honorable Setekbe, appeared before Parliament and lamented on the state of the cocoa production in our country. Among the key issues he addressed Parliament on, through its Finance Committee, was issue of Galamsey. Of course, MPP came into office and made attempts to address this issue. I must admit we were not successful. The NDC used it as a campaign tool. Today, what do we see? According to organized labor, this is not from MPP. According to organized labor, the Galamsey situation has worsened.
In related developments, organized labor has expressed deep concerns to President Mahama about the worsened condition of illegal mining in the country. Speaking to the media, they highlight that 5 months into his administration, Galamsey has escalated, posing severe threat to the nation's natural resources. Organized labor urged the president to take immediate and decisive action to address the crisis.
Galamsey. Mr. President, we in organized labor are surprised that 5 months into your reign, the Galamsey menace is getting worse. The destruction of our environments, including our forests and water bodies, is increasing with rapidity. Mr. President, we expect you to provide leadership in stopping the menace of Galamsey. We expect your government to immediately revoke, not amend, Legislative Instrument 2462. Remember, organized labor has a letter from your predecessor suspending the LI 2462. Pending its revocation, LI stands as a legal doorway through which reckless mining activities are taking root in ecological sensitive areas. We urge your administration, Mr. President, to take decisive action to close this chapter and lead a new approach that prioritizes environmental protection and responsible land use.
Former leading member of the New Patriotic Party, Hobson Adoye, promised to quit politics should the New Patriotic Party exceed 28% in the upcoming 2028 elections. He expressed his satisfaction of the party's defeat in the 2024 elections. Mr. Adoye also emphasized that no amount of money can lure him back to the New Patriotic Party, underscoring the depth of his commitment to his new political alignment. His comments follows a well-documented split with the New Patriotic Party after he was expelled alongside 3 others for publicly endorsing Alan Martin's bid.
Yesterday, said we don't need them. Now, when I catch now, say me go back to MPP. Okay, me say me, me say me take you more attention, sir. And this is for perform simple, boko. Me catch now, me say I will make sure they lose. What me say me a wine? What me say me a wine? And I am proud. Say, just say, omo lose elections. Ma catch now, say 2028 MPP cross 28% me your politics biom. Ma catch now. These are some of the you can say barbaric people are. Just say the investors within the MPP. Omuma MPP and win elections in this country. Obia say sankrofo we bi no. Wotimu say o shekurasi tum ne etam ne den ko abrojire. Wogogo du hodo ma no agwa ko champion ata. So ho ne tie no. Enti wo no sa ensem we awu kai. Ana wuti yen so say aha na metie. Say kamiti ba bi avna tie na. Ko beti na sumu ye pa. But because abiti hanti no, me restrain me ho. Said the beya me the tangent na wono wo kono. Adwuma me ma ye wo MPP mu wo ne wo papa ne wo ma me ye kamubo mu amunye bi. So wo kan se wo ni wo se a ye kamubo mu a munye bi. Asante kasa de nya me kasa but masua mitimi kire.
In business, the Minister for Communication and Digitalization, Honorable Sam Nate George, has welcomed Huawei initiative to train 100,000 Ghanaian youth in coding and IT skills over 4 years. This partnership is to support the government's 1 million coders program aimed at driving digital transformation and innovation in Ghana. The program has already received over 91,000 applications, demonstrating its potential to empower youth, create employment opportunities, and drive technological advancement. Honorable Sam George emphasizes that the program aligns with Ghana's vision for a digital future, promoting economic growth, innovation, and job creation. He also expressed his intention to expand the program to 2 million participants, especially students, other universities, and institutions in Ghana.
1 million coders. Yes. And I said to you that I want you to train 100,000 out of my 1 million over the next 4 years. Today, I'm here and I see you have a plan to train 25,000 every year, starting from this year for the next 4 years. So you will train 100,000. From the President of Ghana and the people of Ghana to Huawei, I want to say thank you very much. A lot to the ministry and the presidency that we can count on you as a reliable partner, knowing that every year, and 2 weeks ago I had a meeting with the vice chancellors across the country on 1 million coders. Now I can go back to them and say, okay, I'm picking maybe the top 5 public universities and saying to them that in each of these universities, they should give me students in their computer science departments, and then they will do the university leg of the Huawei certification program. In what you did, I also saw that you are giving the opportunity for me to take 10 people to China to be trained
every year.
Every year. Yes. And so that's fantastic. I would want to see if we can play around with that one and maybe make it 16 people every year, so that I could pick one from every region. You understand? I have 16 regions. now in the country, so that every region, I can say, every region, give me one person to go, so that when the president goes round the country at the end of the 4 years, when he's saying bye-bye to Ghana, in every region there will be 4 people who would have gone and learned a critical skill from China, from Huawei, who would have started some kind of work in every region. And so I'm grateful for the 10, but let's see if we can work around it to make it 1 in every region, so that they don't accuse the minister that, oh, you pick from this region, you pick from that region. Because again, the purpose of 1 million coders is not to have everything in Accra. It's to be able to have this opportunity spread out across the whole country. But I'm extremely grateful to you, Tommy, and Julia, and Ian, and the entire team for the kind of support Huawei has shown. I will inform the president, and we won't end it here. We will invite you officially to the ministry for us to do a proper signing of this arrangement with the media, so that the country knows what you're doing, so that when people hear about China.
In the world of football, there are moments that transcend mere mortal talent, where players' prowess on the pitch becomes almost otherworldly. Lamine Yamal, the 70-year-old Barcelona sensation, has been leaving an indelible mark in sports, captivating fans, players, and coaches alike with his breathtaking performances. The latest testament to his genius came in Barcelona's thrilling draw against Inter Milan, where Yamal's sublime goal and mesmerizing display drew comparison to the great Lionel Messi. On a night that celebrated his 100th outing for the Catalan side, Yamal lit up the stage, showcasing a level of skills and maturity that belies his tender age. Inter Milan, known for their solidity and tactical acumen, found themselves helpless against the young Spaniard onslaught. Simeone, Inter coach, was moved to praise Yamal, admitting that his team had to deploy 3 players to contain him. "I haven't seen a player like Lamine Yamal in the last 9 years," he said, underscoring the rarity of Yamal's talent. Now to some showbiz. Former leading member of And that's how we wrap up for now on the morning news broadcast. Thanks for making time with us. My name is Deborah Dawes, so don't forget to log on to www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates, as well as logging on to all streaming platforms at GhanaTalksRadio.com. Do have a good morning.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, I'm level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our GhanaTalks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abako sem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say ade. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fit spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our GhanaTalks Radio, and yes, say then our day. Me say download the GhanaTalks Radio app, no, our Play Store, any App Store. No tune in, and say this what you see, Baba Life on Facebook, Kointakra, any GhanaTalks Radio page, and so now listen, I bet you fire, 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with the diverse audience across Ghana and beyond.
Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Giving the youth a voice on GhanaTalks Radio. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, and I know you've missed this segment of the show, Your Health Matters. And today, we are bringing it back live on the show. My name is Pakwesi Marie. A very beautiful good morning to you wherever you are listening to us in the capital of Accra, Ghana. In the capital of Accra, Ghana. Hey! Yeah, same so but yes, follow the show, get in touch, get interactive on all our social media platforms at GhanaTalks Radio, on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, and on TikTok. Also on YouTube. You can also get in touch, join the conversation on our WhatsApp platform 0202544614, 0202544614. It is a packed show this Friday. It's the weekend edition. You are not going to hear from us for a long time, so we want to feed you, to sustain you, so we come your way next week, Monday. Dia obe me pa. Esisi o de go be ba ye menso miniki ye de kokonte bi efa echiri ho eba ye ntino mo be me. On the show we are going to have the first segment with Dr. Sylvester. Sorry. He's going to talk about a few things on our health matters, you know. We are no sika said den. Na woni ahoden po moden a wan hwa do sika ni na beto edru anoma hunya ni jebi en physical na obo bride nya ye ni mu enti GhanaTalks Radio ya adwense Friday bia no ye bebrɛ mu eniema edi apomuden eba wakwemu, things that bring you a sound education on your health, how to sustain your health in good shape. And today we will be exploring that segment with Dr. Sylvester Mens. Sorry. Doc. Good morning, boss. Mambaja umpo moya.
Oh, nyame adom ho ye pa. Se bia wo ko dia.
Obadi adom.
Na we ase.
Ya me hwe senia. Wa prepare na obema. But we are yawada enkomo bi.
Okay.
And then minimum topic na ye beka ho asem no. And then we are going to explore telemedicine with
Glen Home Health. Glen Home Health. Yeah.
Ode ye me kasa na medu ho na e aka to aso.
Mate. Glen Home Health.
Me am hu word na me say no. Yen ya me ko school no. E chere me bia nti.
Oh enyu.
Aside Glen Home, you know.
Glen Home Health. Glam.
And then on fire breakfast.
But Doc, what is Glam Home Health?
Glam Home Health. Okay. Yeah, patient.
Okay.
But patient in person, say patient in the hospital, I be through phone calls, video calls, text messages, and emails.
Okay.
Hey, the man could be at here once you are a bois
Wow. And then it's more of an, is it an association, or we can call them an NGO, something
it's
like
just
that?
an association.
Okay.
Basic online, if it's an online clinic, and that's an online hospital.
Oh,
basically
wow.
like that.
Wow. So you don't have maybe an infrastructure?
No.
So
we give it remotely.
It's virtual.
Virtual. Yes,
Wow.
Virtual. Yes,
Wow, that's good. Yeah. So who and who are involved? Is it that is involved with doctors and nurses? Is just involved with pharmacists and?
Oh, it's just involved with doctors, nurses, qualified doctors and nurses, lab technicians and pharmacists.
Okay.
So we are.
So it's an entire embodiment of.
Yes, it's an entire embodiment of hospital.
Virtual hospital.
Virtual hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is great. So get into the conversation. What is telemedicine and in today's healthcare system? Like how does it work?
When you say telemedicine, it's just the use of remote technologies to give clinical healthcare to patients through video calls, text messages, on emails, and sometimes calls. Yes, when you say telemedicine, without the patient being traveled from his home to the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a new phase of.
It's a new phase. That's been there, but just that when COVID-19 came, things started changing. It started bringing up the telemedicine started coming back again. But it's been there. When abroad they use it, it's mostly there.
But why do you think it's not mostly used here right here in Ghana?
Right here in Ghana, because of the technology-wise, some most people don't have access to mobile phones and internet. And some of them too are not used to the new way of treating patients. Some of them don't even believe it. That if you don't see that, some of them prefer being seen the doctor physically.
Yeah.
Some patients believe that when they see the doctor physically, they get treated. So they believe in that kind of old system, like seeing the patient physically, doctor talking to them and having conversation with them, that make them feel calm, and even sometimes it treats their diseases without even giving them drugs.
Some even say that immediately they see the doctor, they are okay.
But this situation where telemedicine coming, you have time to get access to the doctor anytime, anywhere.
Okay.
Through text, we will reply you. But with the hospital system, you have to go there before you see the doctor. You don't have the doctor's number. But with this one, you have the doctor's contact.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to the doctor personally on video call, text message, or email directly with instant reply.
Wow.
Wow.
And looking at that, who are your target audience? Because when you mention telemedicine, that has to do with you treating patients virtually.
Yeah.
So what about the ODs who are not into?
We also target them.
How do you go about with them?
With the ODs, we just normally we have the course. Not just use the internet. We have the course. They will call, the patient will call, the elderly people will call, those with the chronic diseases.
Okay, so for them, they are in for...
They are in for course. Okay. Because most of them are not used to the system with the internet thing. So they call the doctor listen to them, listen to their medical history, review them. If there is necessary lab that they have to do, they do. Then the doctor will also, based on the diagnosis, the doctor will also prescribe a drug to them.
So you do the lab and everything online?
We do online. With the lab, this is how it works.
Yeah.
We, after the talking to the patient, we will send our partnered lab, our trusted lab guys to you. They will come to your home.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they will come to your home and come and take your sample. Then they will analyze the test for you.
Right in your home.
Right in your home. No, they will just take the sample, go back to the lab, then do the necessary lab test for you.
And they are rapid tests
to you. They will send the results to us.
They are rapid, like.
Some of the lab tests are rapid. They can do it there in front of you.
Wow.
Then after that, they will give us the result. Then we will diagnose and know what to do for you.
With the rapid test and with the one they have to go back to the hospital and do it, what's the difference? Is it per costing or?
No, not the per costing, but sometimes it reduce time.
Okay.
It's cost effective.
Yeah.
You don't have to travel from your home to the hospital. You just have to be at comfort of your home. There will come to you. We just do the lab test and give you the diagnosis without traveling with so much conjunction. When you go to the hospital, go and wait. Some of them go and wait like more than 2 hours, 3 hours for just a single treatment.
So. But then the rapid test, is it meant for some specific sicknesses or diseases? Or
yes, with some specific diseases, we have the malaria, the typhoid too. Then urine. If we have urine culture, that's why we send to the lab. But we have rapid urine analysis that we can also do. Yes,
that's fine.
And so, what are the challenges you face so far?
The challenges, is the technology wise.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't get the system. Some people don't get how we do our thing because it's online. They don't really believe it. And sometimes we don't manage emergency cases online. If the emergency case, we just refer you to the local hospital. It's an emergency case. You cannot do it online. You have to go to the hospital for management.
But your hospital doesn't do that. When it comes to the emergency case,
but maybe it's far. You see, this one we are targeting a whole wide world of Ghana. Someone can even connect with us from, let's say, Kumasi. The person we are in Accra, you can still treat the person online. But if it's an emergency case, the person has to go to a required hospital.
Yeah. So even before I go to whatever I wanted to say, let me ask you this. Once you've brought it up, location-wise, do you have other people? Because you said that if it comes to the lab, you can send your agents there. So let's say I'm in Tamale, I've gotten in touch online, we've had our conversations, I need to have a lab test. Do you have a representative in each?
What we do is that some of the labs, most of them are wide, like they are mostly in most of the regions. So you contact them. Then we give the patient information to them that this is what we do. This patient will be coming here for this lab test. So after that, they will send the results to us.
So you dominantly have representatives all across.
Some of the labs.
This is great.
Most of the time, we work with Sonatech, Lancer Medicals, Proactive Medical Services, and other lab test services.
All across Ghana.
All across Ghana.
So it's not just Accra based.
No, it's not just Accra based. It's telemedicine. So that's why it reach the accessibility of healthcare. Anywhere you are, you can access a doctor to treat you.
What inspired you to start this?
The inspiration comes when COVID-19. I told you that telemedicine has been there, but since when COVID-19 came, people were not having access to healthcare. Some of them were home. They wanted to go to the hospital, but because of COVID-19, they were just home doing. No one wants to treat them. So, in this matter of time, then we just inspired that why don't we introduce telemedicine to Ghanaians so that in case they don't want to come to the hospital, some of them even some people with BP and those kind of diabetes when they come to the hospital. Mostly almost you do hospital so with the telemedicine you keep calm, we talk to the doctor directly and we link you up with the right test and we diagnose you and treat you effectively.
I'm even inspired by this. But who is the
No, you can come on.
Who is the brains behind?
We are a team of 3. That is me, the Dr. Chidi, he is in UK. And Dr. Benjamin Bequin. We are in Ghana here. So we are both teams and we link you to a UK doctor. And we also here to help you. So you have more advanced knowledge. Even if there's disease that is beyond us, we link you to the UK doctor. So the UK doctor will also review it.
Wow, I just received a message from someone. It's asking that, so if I'm a nurse or a midwife, can I be part of it so you deploy me at maybe where I am? So
we can. You can contact us. In case wherever you are, if you get a patient of where you are, if you get a patient where the patient will need a nurse, then we look it up to the nurse so that you get connected to the patient. That's all. So anyone anywhere can work with us. Any nurse, any lab technician, any doctor who is registered can work with us.
You see, when it comes to technology, a whole lot of people have misconception, their privacy. Sometimes, how do you intend to change that narrative?
With privacy, mostly we use the video calls and the text message. Most of them, our reviews of you are encrypted. We put password on your reviews, so that when you send the reviews to you for you to read it, there's a password, so no one can access without the password. Do you understand? So that's what makes it more secure. But we are working on other things to other advanced measures, so that when you're having a video call with you, no one can access the video call.
Really?
What type of medical services can patients really access through please, the name again?
Grand Home Health. Grand Home.
Whatever you do there.
Don't worry, it's normal. We offer chronic disease management, such as the diabetes and hypertension. Then we offer medical consultation. mental health consultation, diet. Those people want to be on diet, weight loss, and we also provide educational health.
Weight loss.
Yes, weight loss.
A lot of pot belly.
We also deal with that, and we also deal with sports injuries. Those people who are into sport and they have injuries. Yes.
Okay.
And by looking at your, would I say, I wouldn't say it's an organization, but a virtual hospital. Are you into herbals as well?
Yes, we are into herbal as well.
Okay.
Both herbal and orthodox.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I'm a medical herbalist from King University.
Wow.
So we do both herbal and orthodox treatments.
Oh.
That's why we have the medical doctors, medical officers in it, and we have the herbal doctors also in it in our association.
Wow. That's great. That's great. Who can benefit most from telemedicine, and how accessible is it for, especially the rural areas and the underdeveloped?
Anyone can access our platform, and the rural. When we talk about those people, we talk about the rural areas. The busy schedule people. Some of them who are not. Don't have time for themselves, but they want to go to hospital, but they don't have time. Yes, and the elderly people, then the immobility people, those who cannot move, yes, and chronic diseases people with the hypertension and diabetes, and we also anyone can access women health.
Wow.
So how can we reach you?
Oh, you can reach us on our number 050158.
That one. We'll take it later on.
But when we are working on a site, and an app, where it will be more easier for people to access. Yeah. So we are working on it. It's not just one day thing, but we are still working on it.
Okay. But do you intend having an infrastructure to?
Yeah, we intend having it. Yeah, we intend. That's the future of it. Yeah, we have an infrastructure where people also can have access to moving and get access to healthcare.
All right. How do you ensure patient? I think for this one we've looked at that. What are the most common health issues you manage through
Glyme Home Health?
Glyme Home Health.
As I've mentioned earlier,
the chronic diseases,
infectious disease, UTI, gonorrhea, syphilis, a whole lot of diabetes, hypertension, ulcers. Yes.
Okay.
Do with all that.
Okay. Now, let's say I'm not feeling well, and I want to get in touch with Glyme Home Health. How do I go about it?
Right now, the only accessibility to Glyme Home Health is just the text message with the phone calls.
Okay.
Then emails. As I said, we are working on the website and an app to also where people can just download the app, then get access to us at any time. So right now we are just doing the numbers and the emails.
Okay.
That's phone calls, direct message, emails and SMS.
So in your own observation, would you place certain limitations on Glyme Home Health? Do you think it has certain limitations?
Yeah, we see Glyme Home Health, we deal with telemedicine, and telemedicine has limitations.
Okay.
As I said, I think I said it earlier on that we don't do emergency cases and surgical cases. And those people who don't have access to internet with video, sometimes they want to talk to you on video calls, but they don't have access or they don't know how to go about it. Yes, it has limitations, and we don't deal with emergency cases and surgical cases.
So in what case would you advise someone to go in for an in-person
if their health case is threatening, if they have emergency cases like difficulty in breathing, bleeding from the nose or from the mouth or any part of the body, and sometimes when the person feeling severe dizziness and collapse, that one you see medical.
Okay. Now let me ask this. I'm going to use myself as an example. I am an ulcer patient.
Yeah.
And
are you O positive?
Yeah.
Most positive have history of ulcer patient.
Wow. You know your field. You know your field. So, and when the funny thing is, most of my attacks, they come in the night.
Yeah.
They come in the night, and the first time I had my first attack, I thought someone has taken me to a juju man. Yeah. It was so severe. Like I don't know.
It's so severe. It's very painful.
So as at then, that let's say in my sleep, I'm feeling it. Then I wake up. It's gotten severe. Can I get in touch with Telehome for a brief?
Yes, we can get in touch for a brief management.
Yeah.
But before I take you to the hospital to see in-person doctor, you can just do that and give you, maybe we just link you up to any nearby pharmacy for management. That's the first aid that we give to you.
Okay.
Even with the first aid, sometimes it comes down. If it still persists, the pain still persists, of what the uncomfortability that we are feeling is still persisting, then you have to go and see a doctor in person.
Okay. Okay.
I see that. I guess you have competitors as well.
We have competitors. But we don't look at that. We look on what we are doing.
So what are you doing differently that you think someone will love to?
Ours is the accessibility to healthcare. You just get in touch direct with the doctor. You know, with other people, you have to go through the link before you get to a doctor. You have to wait and stuff. But ours, when you test, then when you test or call, we just book you
instant
yes, it's an instant thing.
So even as we are talking right now, if I should text one of your response numbers,
you just get instant direct doctor consultation. Then you just deal with it.
Wow. Yeah. This is one of the things that we should be really championing and advocating for.
You know, in telemedicine, the availability is the access to healthcare. The moment you talk to the doctor, that is the most important thing. Just have direct contact with the doctor and talk to you about your problem.
Okay, but since it's an online platform or avenue, how do you manage follow-ups? Because I know most sicknesses you have to
after the reviews and everything, after the diagnosis, we give you a prescription. Then we will book you another for follow-up. Another day for a follow-up, maybe a week later we follow up, because we have your contact already, so we can test you at any time. And you can test us at any time. So the follow-up is just easy.
Okay.
We can just be testing you. Maybe a week, or if you not hear from you, just call you and text you, how are you doing? How is the medication? How are you into the medication? What happened? Did you feel anything? We just follow up. So it's just within 2 to 3 days, we just follow up with you.
Okay.
Based on your labs, your results, and the diagnosis.
Okay. So do you have any follow-up question? Now that we are doing follow-ups. But if not, let me ask this before I leave you to go. I know you are a very busy person. Samuel Crow, be artist or doctor, man. This is where the nice answers are brought for. But then, looking at our health system in Ghana, do you think it has created a more convenient space for the
medicine for
glam home health?
It has, because most people don't want to go to the hospital and wait hours before they get their treatment. So it has. And some of them, the accessibility to a doctor directly right from your home, and without you being traveling from your home to the hospital and going wait, being in a long queue. It has really impacted in Ghana health.
Wow. What are the things you think should be putting in place to boost this, especially maybe from the angle of the Ghana health service or government itself?
Basically, it's the education. You need to educate more people on that, because most people don't know. Most people don't know. I would say Ghana, 80%.
Wow.
Don't know about it.
But are you registered? Like, are you recognized?
Yeah, we are registered. Actually, we are registered.
But I actually even wanted to use the word recognized under the Ghana health system.
Yes, because we are registered. Since we are registered, we definitely recognize another. But we need more education, more visibility, so that people will know about it, so that people will not be scared. Some of them, they feel like, this is on the internet, then my privacy will go outside, and exactly. So we are working on that. The education is the most important. So Ghana here, 80%, I would say 80% doesn't know about telemedicine. So we are just working on that.
All right. I see.
So at the end of it all, what do you intend to achieve once you mention that people don't really know about telemedicine?
First, you need to work on our internet accessibility, then the education, how to teach people about how to go to how to get access to telemedicine online. Then we also, as you said, we're also trying to get a facility so that anyone can also walk in nearby. If you're not far from us, then you get nearby. Then we do more of education. That's the most important thing. We do more of education.
So the long-term vision and plan for Glymo.
The long-term vision for Glymo is that we are trying to be the leading association, leading service in the telemedicine, and also help in accessibility, easy accessibility of healthcare.
Okay.
Yes, that's the leading vision of it, and we're trying to educate more people on that.
Okay.
So that people will not struggle with going to a hospital for treatment, waiting for queue, a whole lot of stuff.
Okay.
You know,
one important factor we need to address before we leave you to go. As I said, I know you're very busy.
Yeah.
Do you charge?
For now, as we are starting, we started like a year ago.
Okay.
And so people doesn't know about Grand Home Health and telemedicine.
Yeah.
So for now, we don't charge for consultation.
Wow.
You just only deal with the labs. In case you have to do a lab, that's why you have to pay.
Okay.
So you don't charge a fee when clients call you?
No. We don't. For now, we don't charge. For now, we don't charge. We don't charge for consultation. We don't charge for anything.
Charlie, Ghana for Muti, you know how we do that thing. You're free, you
have to call.
You're free.
But the labs and the drugs, we are not in control of it because we don't handle the drugs and the labs. So the labs and the drugs,
for that one, you have to pay. Okay. So that was Dr. Kingsley with us in the studios talking to us about Glymo Home Health. Which
Dr.
is
Sylvester.
Dr. Sylvester. It's one of the most advanced mobile health services that we have now in the country, where you can get an easy access to a medical personnel, a doctor, a nurse, a lab technician, whoever, regarding any health issues that you have. All you have to do is to get in touch with them. It's an instant consultation. When you're near Obakakotsna Hospital for hours and hours, if you walk around, a doctor will operation room theater, and our doctor crime may do Jumaye, traffic and chin will be now we are cow. Oh, trying to cry Dr. Babani, a mounsoon, or Babacrano will flash it.
One thing also see me buy. Doctor na share me did lab on the buy doctor for so now man is so confident in what the doctors is doing.
So with all these things, with this one you have an apportioned doctor. He will offer a call now on or bets now kusi say will sasa browning in a befu video. This is good news for Ghanaians. This is good news for patients who find it difficult to access health personnel or doctors in particular. Take this advantage, get in touch with Glymo Health. We are going to take their numbers. Dr. Sylvester is going to mention their contact mediums for you to get in touch with them whenever you need their access. So, Doc.
Our contact is 050 158 9408. I will say it again, 050 158 9408. And we have a email that is info@glanhomehealth@gmail.com.
Info
glanhomehealth@gmail.com.
Can you please spell it for them?
Glan Home Health, GLAN Home, HOME Health, HEALTH.
Okay.
And we have a second number that is 050 488 2003. 050 488 2003. You can contact us on all these numbers.
On all these numbers in the platform. Is it on WhatsApp as well?
Yeah, it's on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Every client is on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp anywhere.
All right.
Do you do social media too?
Yes, we have Facebook accounts. Then we are working on X account also.
Okay. So what's the Facebook?
Glen Home Health.
Glen Home Health. You don't have Instagram, so whatever.
No, we don't have
page
Instagram.
you see on Instagram
No,
is
it's fake. It's a scam. You don't have Instagram.
So you are yet to have the X.
Yeah.
So as it stands now, it's just
Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
Just Facebook.
Well noted.
Very well noted. So that was the health matters with Dr. Sylvester in the studios with us. He's championing Glen Home Health. I myself now have my own hospital to manage my health affairs. Come and join me because it's here. I just say, so yes, they have a rapid response system to address your health issues. Doc, your last words before we leave it to go.
Well, my last word is that don't take any slightly changes in your body. Sometimes the slightly changes is a whole different lot of thing. Some people feel like, oh, I had one patient like, I'll say, drugstore but when we assessed the patient, it was a kidney problem.
Wow.
Yeah. So don't take any slightly, and don't be a home doctor for yourself. If anything, consult a medical doctor. Just consult a medical doctor. And I'm a catch will be beer. Say men fast slightly changes. Be only my body no.
Yeah.
Say we be who say changes beer bad. So men fan say a normal be na men koto to be na and no.
Okay.
The medical doctor ni show.
Okay.
Na ohunto.
We are very glad, Nane, to have you in the studios today. We will be hoping to see you much more in the studios.
I will show up.
Sure.
You call me, I will show up.
All right. Thank you very much for your time
and
your education this morning. So that was the first segment with Dr. Sylvester. So all I will tell you is that take advantage of it. Get in touch with Glen Home Health, and they will address your health issues for you in a blink of a text. Stay tuned as we recall and bring you the second segment of the show. That's going to be the political side of it, where we have our student politicians with us, the youth in politics, and youth and so handle politics. So stay with us. We'll be back with you very shortly.
GhanaTalks radio ɛwɔ UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha the sound system mekyerɛ spinning machine papa every amana ne aba begu oman Ghana mu ha enti sɛ woyɛ ayie woyɛ engagement woyɛ wedding woyɛ birthday party political parties are moyɛ rally sɛ moyɛ asɔre a moyɛ crusade so we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boa sound in the moon at the dia and you may come for GTR sounds at the amao. Your live band in so I would tone sa at the frame ya beat me abababua ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Ya wa enkan pupuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe and a yebutu odi an say obe frɛ mpanifo was 0546960510 GTR sounds a more de angaza
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide. I'm with level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our GhanaTalks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abako sem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Or you singer and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fit spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our GhanaTalks Radio and you say then our day. Me say download the GhanaTalks Radio app no. Our Play Store and the App Store. Not tune in and say this what you see. Baba live on Facebook, Cointakra, any GhanaTalks Radio page. And so now listen. I bet you fire. 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Giving the youth a voice in Ghana. You can only have it on GhanaTalks Radio. I had the youth be a platform to share their views, their opinions, and whatever they need. They're well to hear from them. And today, talking about the youth, I have 3 gentlemen in the studios with me. Very handsome, very intellectual, very confident, and very political. I will leave them to introduce themselves and, So, gentlemen. The stage is set for the conversations this morning. How are we all doing? How was the journey coming to GhanaTalks Radio? I'll take Max first. Mark.
Okay, sure. I'm Maxwell. Maxwell Mwako. I'm from KNUST and I'm Tescon Treasurer.
Wow. Wow. Treasurer?
Yes, please.
Let's say I'm more free power. There's a moon shedding here, Scassa Angela. Tescon, there's NPP former.
But still, our activity needs to go. So.
Yes, sure. I want to make a was a Grammy.
Debbie.
Hey, NPP for the Debbie Azao, Debbie Nkwa. So that was my soul. Joe, morning, sir.
Good morning. My name is Joseph Ajiti, former Tescom president and current LASPA Ladna vice president.
Okay. How was your journey being the president and now the vice for?
It's not easy, but it's all of confidence and what you can do for the people.
Okay.
If only the people believed in me, they were able to give me the mandate to come and lead them. And then today, I'm also leading the second most largest NASPA population in Greater Accra. That's the Ladma district.
Wow.
Leading them currently, and then I believe the zeal they have in me to come and then champion and make sure Ladma NASPA becomes great is the focus now. So I'm hoping to do the great things in the district.
Okay, but Ladma.
La Dadi Kutupon. Yeah.
NASPA.
Yes.
What is NASPA?
NASPA is National Service Personnel Association.
Okay. All right. Honorable. The Honorable himself. Mr. Isaac.
Yeah, comrade.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How has it been?
I'm doing good.
Okay. So introduce yourself more to your audience. So that
okay. All right. My name is Mahmoud Isaka, the former team president of Accra Technical University, and the leader of Student Affairs Committee in Klote Kode constituency.
Oh, so you are in the constituency of Honorable Zenato.
Yeah, but actually I'm the constituency of Honorable Abdul Latif, and that's a Blakema Central constituency.
Oh, okay.
But when I was the president of Accra Technical University, I was working under Honorable Dr. Zanet Ojama Rollins.
Okay, okay, all right. It's a pleasure having all of you here in the studios. I mean, I know that from now onwards we are going to have you constantly on our Friday shows. So yeah. We welcome you to GhanaTalks Radio. Now, getting fast into the conversations, the government, the NDC government, has proposed something which is going to begin enrollment in August this year. They are saying that with our national service, they are going to add military training to the national service of the students after they finish school and all that. The military training. How is it going to embolden us or prepare us going into the future?
Okay, first of all, I want to say good morning to our listeners. And you know, the national service, the idea was from the president. And that idea is to make you prepared as a student, to make you prepared to the job market. And you see, it's all about discipline. When you are disciplined, which means you are well prepared for the job market. And it's not only about, when we say military training, something maybe they are going to do what the military people are doing at the training grounds. But I think there are measures that will be put in place, which is going to help you as a student that when you are done with your national service, because we are preparing you to be physically and mentally stable, and also it is preparing you for the job market, because at least you need to be prepared, and also you need to have your own way of attending to issues, your own way of addressing issues, and also you need to be able to make sure you address issues according to how it's supposed to be. So the training involves a lot, and I know the National Service Secretariat is going to bring out the measures which is going to be put in place, how it's going to help we the National Service personnel.
So the core mandate of the military service introduction is to tackle or address discipline, instill discipline in the personnel, right? Okay. Is it going to be an apportioned period for the personnel? Let's say you serve under Cocoa Board for we do national service for a year, right? So let's say you serve for 6 months here, you go and do the other months in the military service.
Yeah, actually, for what we heard is that I think it's not even going to be something that I heard is you are going to sign on if you are interested. That's what we heard. You are going to sign on, and also it's something that is going to be at least 2 months, 2 months or 3 months, because they are yet to put measures in place how we are going to sign on the activities. And you see, it's something that is not new. It's not something new that is going to happen. It has been there already. Other countries are doing the same thing, and I think it's something that is going to help, because as I told you, it's all about discipline. They are going to make sure you are mentally stable, you are physically strong for the job, and you are well prepared for the job market. So it's something that is going to help us a lot.
Something that's going to help us a lot. That is coming from Isaka here. Joe.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I would like to greet my fellow viewers out there. A very good one to all of them. Our incoming regional youth organizer, that's Mandela Yafi, and a very good morning to him and his team. First of all, the military training, that's for national service personnel. To me, I don't see the essence of that, or I don't see it to be something that's supposed to be mandatory. It's supposed to be optional, because it's not everybody that would love to join the military or civil service work. Yeah, you understand? And then you telling us that personnel are going to be part or are going to be forced to join military training for 1 year or for 2 months and then they'll change it. It's not okay for me because I see it to be, because our constitution says freedom of right, but I see it to be not freedom of right, but rather they are forcing us to do something we don't want to do, and then it's going to hurt a lot of people. You know how military trainees go, or normally how military trainees. Imagine someone with sickness joining, like, no, not disabilities per se, but I'm not sure disabilities will join those. But someone have health issues. You don't know, but you force a person to do it, and then we know how militaries they do their things. Once you come, you've come. Whether you are crippled or you are not crippled, they don't care how you get in there. So what their rule says, obey before complain. So imagine someone who is not, excuse me to say, physically strong, joining the military. How is it going to be like? Is the person going to survive or not? And then I see national service should be something that to bring out the career that we want, or to bring out our future dreams. Imagine you going there and then at the end of the day you're telling you now shift to the other side. I don't think it's the best for us as Ghanaians.
But was it mentioned that once you partake in this training service under the military, it's compulsory for you to join the military service?
No.
Okay.
It never. I've not seen any communication like that, so I can't justify on that. After the training, you'll be you join the military or not. So for that one, I can't say much about it.
But you see, when Isaka was speaking, he mentioned earlier that the core purpose of this military training service is to instill discipline, to sharpen the youth in discipline for the career world. Do you think that is a much more justifiable reason to include military training?
It is, but not to that extent of making it compulsory, because I know of a friend who comes from a military background, but he's very stubborn. Does things on his own. You understand? He doesn't respect anybody because he knows where he's coming from. So imagine we going through this military process telling us that we are going to train people in discipline. I don't think it's of the best, because if the person has psyches or her mind that this is what I want to do, no matter what, she's gonna do it. So I don't see that to be an excuse saying that we want to train the people. Even when we are doing our service, you can't come to work late. You can't do anything anyhow over there, because it's a service you are doing. At the end of the day, they can sack you. And then even government cannot do anything about it. Even if your father is the president, cannot do anything about it. The company say, I can no more work with you because of your attitude. But with the military, when you go there, you misbehave, they are not going to sack you. They will discipline you. And then you know how military...
If they are going to discipline you, I think then that forms the core basis of why...
We know how military discipline is. He will discipline you in a way that it can either affect you one way or the other.
Even deter you from the training itself.
Yes. So I don't see that to be the best for us. At least they should try and make it flexible for the people, because I have a lot of people in my DM asking me, hey Prezo, so are we going to... Because me, I don't want to join the military. Me, I'm afraid of them. You see, that kind of fear and panic in the people would, withdraw a lot of them not doing their service anymore. Then, formally, I think our former vice president made it clear in his manifesto that he's going to make the national service optional. It's not going to be mandatory. If you want, you will do it. If you don't, you will not do it. So I think if this initiative is coming on board, they should do it optional to benefit some people, and then also give some people the chance to also do what they want to do.
But before I leave you, before I go to Marshall, do you think the previous suggestion by the former vice president that national service should be made optional, do you think it was in the right structure? Because we all know that national service is what mostly prepare us after school for our career path. So making it optional, what is going to be the other option for the other person, or for the personnel involved?
Okay, so you see, some of us, for me like this, while in school, I was still working. So for someone like me, completing the university, going to do my service somewhere, then come back to the job market, I don't think is the best.
Okay.
It's like, let's say if a day I make a lot of sales, me going to do my service, the sales I do make will not wash away. I'd have to go and then depend on the 715 the government is paying us, and then leaving my job over there. So I think him making it optional is really going to help, because some of them, right, even in the process in school, they apply for jobs, and then right after the tertiary, they get employment. But because of national service, they will be like, go and do your service and come back. Maybe by the time I come back, someone has come and then take the position, and then I don't see the essence of me going back and then coming again. But if it's going to help us, I think the national service should not be mandatory. Okay. It should be optional to help all of us in the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Max.
Yeah.
Let me take your take on that.
Okay, sure. Okay, I would like to greet all listeners and viewers as well.
Yeah.
Okay, please, the issue is about government implementing a mandatory national service.
Is it mandatory?
It's mandatory.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mandatory according to our president. It's mandatory. So let's ask ourselves: is it what the country needs? And the main core of the national service, that the military aspect, was to instill discipline and patriotism. But let's ask ourselves: our students who have passed through the primary, the secondary, tertiary, then they are going to do. They usually sing the national patriotic song, the national anthem, which is a form of patriotic. Students are usually trained. They are being instilled with discipline at the basic level, moving to the secondary, further to the tertiary. Discipline has been instilled. Yeah. So I don't think the training section is going to be the only way to instill discipline. Okay. And it's not the best way. There are a lot of issues that needs to be addressed. We have unemployment issue, we have high crime rates, all issues that needs to be attended to. But all these resources are being turned to implement this agenda. I don't think it's the best way.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take into consideration taking people to train them into the military. Yeah. We are just going to waste resources. The money that we are going to use to implement, the money that, let's take someone is from north, someone is from, if they don't have military place at there, it means that are you going to accommodate all these people? Yeah. Are you going to provide food for them, or they are just going to depend on the 715 they are earning a month, which is absolutely no.
But I'm coming. It seems that we are more fixated on the money we are earning from the national service rather than the training or how it is equipping us for the job market. Is it the point of that we go into national service because of the 715 we are getting, or we are going there to equip ourselves for the job market?
We are going there to equip ourselves for the job market. If then I think then the government should focus on training them with skills. We have some basic computer skills that they can learn and equip themselves. Okay. Some people will go to the national service, they will end up being unemployed. Why not channel all these resources into training them to be equipped with certain basic skills that after school they can use to enhance their life, instead of giving them this basic training. So giving them this basic training without giving them the skills needed for them to get employed, I don't think it's the best.
So in your opinion, you believe that a much better option could have been skill training rather than
military training. Okay. Military training won't end us anything, but skill training, at least they will get something to do after their national service.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
I've seen you.
Yeah, I think my brothers have spoken, and
I just want to ask my colleague Joseph, if national service was to be mandatory, it was to be optional, would he have become the national president for NADMA today? Because you see, before Bawumia was even born, or before Bawumia was even born, national service was already there. It's a service to the nation, and nowhere President Mahama said it's mandatory for each and every Ghanaian to go through the military training. I hope you get it. And there is nowhere President John Dramani Mahama said it's mandatory for each and every Ghanaian to go through the military training. You see, the National Service Secretariat have not brought out their plan yet. But it's something that they are in talks with the Ghana Armed Forces, and I know it's something that is going to go on. You see, me and my colleagues sitting here, we all know when you are disciplined, then you are ready for the job. And when we are talking about discipline, self-control is part of discipline. How you control your emotions is part of discipline. How you address issues is part of discipline. Ask yourself, me and you sitting here, how many students have signed on national service but they don't go to work?
Wow.
A lot. This ghost names, this is where the ghost names is coming from. I hope you get it. When we say you are going to the training, military training, doesn't mean you are wearing the soldier's dress, roaming in the barracks or roaming in the bush, carrying ECG trees and stuff. No. They also go to class. I hope you get it. We have shoemakers who are also at what? The military. We have electricians and other staffs. Each and everyone with what? His role, your unit, and what you are going to learn. And they are going to arrange a special package for we the NSP. And my brother is talking about skill training. I know we are going to get there. And you see, President John Dramani Mahama is a visionary president, which he has already planned everything he wants to come and do. He has been there before, and he knows what he's up to. And I want my brother to know the discipline, the self-control is part of the discipline. How you control your emotions, how you address issues. You see, they are preparing you for the job market. This is what we are talking about. It's not about, he's saying, okay, right now, even the military, show me disabled person going for the training. We go for medicals. They check whether you are physically strong. They check whether you don't have any health issues. So you should not come and sit here and tell me that maybe someone have health issues, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you, we are doing all these things to counter corruption. Go and check when you meet hundreds service personnel, let me say military personnel, you get only 90 people who are corrupt. We are talking about corruption over here. They are making you prepared. You see, it is something that other countries are doing. Go and check how are they doing it. Which measures are they putting in place? It's not about carrying trees and other stuff in the bush. No, we are preparing you both psychologically and physically prepared for the job. So I think my brother sitting here today is the national president for NADMA. I think he should wait when Bawumia comes, maybe 2042. Then they can do the national service.
I've seen Joe. I know you want to talk, but let me ask Isaka a question. Isaka, per your own observation, looking at the youth now, do you think we are short of discipline?
Oh yeah, we are short of discipline. Seriously. We are not disciplined at all. I'm even part. If I was to be disciplined, you know, I asked the permission before coming here. And me and my brother, we are service personnel. And I don't know if his boss knows he's sitting here. I hope you get it. But you see, this is something that I want us to understand. You see, it's not about joining the military training. And nowhere, the president never said when you finish the national service military training, you are going to be part of the military. No. There is going to be a special package for we the NSP. The so kind of training
you are going to have a special training.
A special training.
Military training.
It's not about carrying trees, raising gun and other stuff. So no. I hope you get it. There is going to be a special package, and I know very soon the NSS are going to bring the roadmap for whatever is going on. So,
but this special training, is it only in the military that this package can be enrolled to?
You see, from A you go to B. Last week I was suggesting to my boss that I will be glad when they add agric. People who want to join the agric ministry can join. And he told me that today when we start the Nkokon Keten, which means we are going to have a lot of people to be employed. I hope you get it. Imagine you you have your Nkukon Kitten. Yeah. My brother here has his Nkukon Kitten. So if I'm transferring 10 students to you,
I don't do Nkukon Kitten.
10 students to you, so that they will go and learn poetry. Yeah. I think it's reasonable. Okay. I hope you get it. Yeah. So I think very soon a lot is going to come on. Not only the military training, we are going to enroll some students on how to learn poetry and other stuffs.
Okay.
You see, yeah.
Okay. Joe.
So my question to my brother is that. Yeah. Is he trying to tell me that it is only in the military that they can assure us of discipline? Then it means the places are various institutions where we are doing our service. Then it means the bosses over there, they are not treating us well. Okay. Or they are not giving us discipline that they are supposed to give to us. Because if you don't come to work, your boss will not talk, because you were a service personnel, Maminjano. Then how are you training the personnel or the child in your institution? How are you bringing him up? Because you are training him in such a way that if he is done with his service and then there is a space of employment, you can put him there to work for you. Because you've worked with him and then you know what he can do and then what he cannot do. Okay. So if the discipline is not there, then how are you going to employ him or her? Because I believe after service, when you need job opportunity, you will definitely have to come to the institution where you came for recommendation. Okay. So in case you are not well disciplined, are you sure your boss is going to recommend you to any company or to anybody to work with you? No. You understand? When I was going for my position, I normally leave office, ask for permission, boss, and I'm going here, I'm going to do campaign, need to visit this company and the rest. About 3 months, I was not that focused on at my workplace. Okay. So imagine I was not hardworking and disciplined. Do you think my boss would give me that chance? Because when I come to work early, I make sure I do all the duties I'm supposed to do. When I'm done with what I'm supposed to do for the morning, boss, please, I want to go and then do some small runs and come, like 1 hour, 2 hours. Sure. I go and come back, come and continue the work. We close at 5. Sometimes I have to skip 5 and then, leave office around 6 just to make sure the work I was not able to do during that 2 hours, 3 hours, I need to make sure I complete it before the following day. Okay. You understand? So it means there is discipline. Because of the hard work I do, my boss is always happy with the things I do. So when I ask for permission,
you think that we already have this core discipline installed already? Yes. There's no need for
military
any
coming in.
Okay.
And then we know how military they discipline people. Just let me use the lockdown as an example. They say don't go out. When you go out, the military or the police should do whatever they want to do to you. We saw how people were being beaten
because they were indisciplined and disobedient.
Yes. See,
so maybe if they had the military training to discipline them, to install that discipline in them, when they are being directed not to go out, they wouldn't go out.
So are you trying to tell me that if your mom say don't go here and then you go and then you come back, when your mom is disciplining you, your mom will discipline you to the extent that you have a cut?
No, I think that's too extreme.
So
but do you think,
get my point?
Do you think that is the kind of discipline?
That is what I don't understand.
Because if
we are talking,
let yourself finish.
We know how military treats us. I can't remember during the lockdown. My wood where I stay, we normally group ourselves at a particular place and then we have some kind of discussion because our house is very big. So normally all my guys come to my house and then we have some time. And then they said lockdown, we shouldn't go anywhere. We cannot be in the room for the whole 2 months or so 3 months without seeing each other. At least we come together, have a talk and then we disperse. We don't because they said we shouldn't move to some certain point. Okay. But we were just seated in our household. And then this military car was passing by. They saw us grouped, sitting down, having a chat. They got down and then they started chasing us with their canes and everything. So imagine, even a friend of mine got injured. Today he's having problem with his leg due to that.
Wow. I think
you understand? So we know how military they do their things. So me, I'm afraid of military because I was a former PTI.
Okay.
I've been a cadet this officer before, so I know how military they do their things. Obey before complain.
So you don't think?
Yes, because if that discipline is to be imposed in our so-called incoming national service personnel, hey Charlie,
it's not going to help.
Charlie, the house when he talks, you are not supposed to talk back because he's a military personnel.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
He has a military backing.
Yeah, going to.
So they are going to
intimidate
people.
Okay.
With them being, and then I work with the military. Yeah. I'm a military personnel man. They're going training.
They are rather going to be dictators.
Yes.
And autocratic.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I don't think it's going to be the best for the country. It would, put the country in a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Because there will be chaos here and there. Because I'll not agree for you to hit me because you claim you are working with the
military. You have a military background, so
because of that you would.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Max, you have something to say about?
Oh yeah. Okay, sure. If the main core of the military training is to instill discipline, then President Mahama is trying to tell us that our headmasters, mistresses, and our teachers even fail to instill discipline in us. During our basic school, he's trying to tell us that our teachers fail to instill discipline in us. Our secondary, he's trying to tell us that our teachers, mistresses, and headmasters fail to instill discipline in us. He's also trying to tell us that our lecturers fail to instill discipline in us. That's the basic thing he's trying to tell us. If the core detail of the military training is to instill discipline, that's what he's trying to tell us. Why not even investing in the cadets? Maybe if you truly want to instill discipline in the youth, why not cadet? We have cadet there. Why not making it
secondary school?
Secondary school or tertiary. We still have cadet there. Why not making it somehow like compulsory or 2 weeks or weekends? You can take 1 hour. If truly want to instill discipline, why not using that part instead of going through this part? He's trying to tell us that our teachers, mistresses, and all, even our parents have even failed to instill discipline in us. That's the reason why he wanted to.
Okay. Let me ask this, because I know you have something to say. I'll give you the platform. I'll give you 30 seconds to address that. But there's a yes or no question I'm going to ask. Do you think the youth today in Ghana, we are more disciplined? Do you think so? Looking at the youth, can you call us a disciplined youth or group of people?
Oh yes.
Really? Okay. Joe?
Yes.
Okay. Say what you want to say. Exactly.
I think my brother has said a lot, and I think they are trying to. I don't know if we don't understand the meaning of the discipline that we are talking about. And I was telling him that, you see, they are preparing you for the job market. Why are they not talking about the job market? Why are they not talking about, let me say, the physically and the mentally aspect of the job? Why are they not talking about how to address issues? Why are they not talking about how to be a leader? I hope you get it.
Sure.
We are NSS personnel. Ask yourself, how many NSP get the opportunity to learn all these things? Some are even complaining that when you even go to their organization, they just send them from morning to evening. I hope you get it. And you see, yes. You see, this training is going to help you to know how to manage issues. This is what we are talking about. My brother was talking about recommendation. If what Dr. Baumia said, as he is saying, that it is going to make sure it's optional. What about the person who is not an NSP? Where will he get his recommendation letter? I hope you get it. Because if you are telling me you need a recommendation letter from the organization that you are doing your service before you get a place to work, what about the person who decided to choose that I will not be a service personnel?
What is going to be the option for
what is going to be the option for that person? I hope you get it. So they should know that it's not only about discipline, physically and mentally stable, and it's going to help you how to plan and achieve more goals, and it's going to help you how to address issues, and this is going to improve self-control. This is what we are talking about.
That's what we are talking about. Before we go on, you have something to say?
You were trying to tell us that it wasn't only about discipline, but also preparing us for the job market.
I said all these things.
You can't tell
maybe,
me that.
Maybe you
never.
Let
me finish.
Maybe you never hear me talking.
Let him finish.
You see, you can't tell me that as a student who have passed through the tertiary cycle, you are not prepared for the job market, whether discipline or indiscipline. They will first give you the opportunity to go to an internship service.
How many students go to the internship?
Every tertiary institution, it's mandatory for you to pass through at least 1 term internship service. That's university. I don't really know for your institution. So you can't tell me that you have passed through these services without you preparing mentally, physically, without you preparing for the job market. That's not. You can't tell me that you are not prepared. Even in class, we usually do presentation and other things that builds you physically, mentally, and everything, preparing you for the job market. When you go to the health sector, after you doing the classroom work, they still send you to the various hospitals for you to be prepared for the job market. So you can't tell me that this military service is the only way that people have passed through that people are going to be prepared both physically and mentally for the job market. As a student who have passed through the tertiary institution, you should be equipped with all this before you be passed out. So before you being passed out, you should be equipped. Yeah, you should be well prepared.
So I'm coming. I want to ask my brother a question.
This is where I'm talking about discipline. You see, all of us here are students. I want to ask my brother a question. How many of us join the presentation class? I'm coming. How many of us look at internship is only a month in a semester, and you go 2 times, which is 2 months. How many of us go to the internship?
That means you don't go. It means you don't go.
Listen, you over here. Look at, you know,
also 2 months.
Look at, I'm coming. It's only 2 months. I'm coming. It's not about military training. It's only 2 months. We are talking about 1 year national service program. I hope you get it. This is what we are talking about. I'm coming. 2 months.
So how is it 1 year?
I'll give you. I'm coming. Did the CEO tell you the military training is only 2 months?
Oh yes. From August 3rd.
I'm telling you that measures are being put in place. They wanted to start on our 10. Until now, we don't know if it will happen or not.
Oh, they did for the military training out.
I'm coming. They don't know if it will happen or not. But I want you to know, if we are disciplined, we would be have missing what presentation class. If we are disciplined, we would have been joining our internship courses. Because we are not disciplined. You see, my brother was talking about the military. They know how to do or discipline you. This is why John Dramani Mahama is bringing the military on board. You see, I will not only use the cane on you, but when I say go, because of the uniform I'm wearing, you are going to obey.
So that means, actually, after the school, you are going to be a soldier man, after the military training service.
No. We have doctors. I'm coming. We have doctors who are in the military. We have nurses who are in the military. Have you seen a doctor nurse holding a gun before?
Yes, they have a gun.
I'm coming.
They have a gun.
I'm coming. I'm coming. We have been to 37 military hospitals several times. We see doctors who are military men. Did you see them holding a gun on duty?
No.
Have you seen them holding a gun? No.
But they have
because
yes,
the gun.
They have that training. They have that training. That is what we call the self-defense. They have that training. That is what we call the self-defense. And all of those things will be part of the training.
So you think all these things are needed equipment to do the youth?
The equipment is even already there. And we have the training grounds already. So just that we are just going to arrange and make sure what each and every student go through the proper training. That is all.
Even training each and everyone.
You see, when it comes to military training, it's very, very, very expensive. It's not easy at all. Military training is very expensive because let's look at, we have the education sector, we have the career sector as well, all the sectors, and then imagine about 100,000 personnel all undergoing military training. What is assurance that after the military training, all these 100,000 personnel are going to be employed?
Well, when we put it in that context, don't you think we are being quite unfair to the government itself? Because even before this military training, we've had people go under national service training, and afterwards they are still not employed.
So that is my question. That is where I'm coming from, in a sense that there's no assurance that right after the military training you'll be given the opportunity to be employed or employment over there. Now you would have to come back, now go and then seek for job opportunities. But you working in an institution, you excel at the field where you are supposed to be. Because I'm an electrical engineer. I'm doing my service at DVLE. Someone asks, electrical engineer, what are you doing at DVLE? I'm under the admin, under estate. And then under estate, we take care of maintenance, works and everything. So any electrical fault in the company, we take, we address those issues. So imagine me going to there. It means electrical engineers are not supposed to be there. Someone want to be a doctor. Let's say someone doing MLS, that's a lab technician, way back in the university, going to the military zone. How is that person going to excel himself over there?
Okay, I get your point, but I want you to clear this for me in 30 seconds. Then we go to the next topic. No, you've spoken a lot. Does this invalidate the training? First of all, let's look at the training. Is it going to be a full year? I don't think it's going to be the full year.
They said it's a 2 months.
It's 2 months. Okay,
yes.
great.
They said national service personnel to undergo 2 months military training from August 2025.
So how is this 2 months training going to invalidate someone or a personnel from not having the capacity for the job market? Whereas if he has spent that 2 months in a certain enterprise, that's what have equipped him for the job market.
Yeah, so to me, I don't think it's of the best option.
You still don't think
yes.
it's the best? Okay, that's fine.
30 seconds. Okay, the military training is even a threat to the country. Because when people, after training them with the basic military principles, there is no work. They are not being employed. Now they have access to gun. They know how to use gun. What are they going to do with all these basic principles?
Oh no, but I think that
they are going to use it in a way that they will think it will earn them something.
Okay, but I think that the core, if we've all established that the core mandate of this training is discipline, I don't think, and it's going to be a specialized training. I don't think they are going to train them on how to use guns, because they are not preparing them for the military.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, sure. So I think that now let's read some comments on Facebook before we move on. This is coming from Starboy Amasama. He said, "Kudos, Maxwell. You are doing a good job." This is Eniamena George Chinyenye Chidi. He says, "Great show, 100%. George, great to you too. We hope you are doing well wherever you are." Good debate says, "God bless you, dear." Precious Stone is giving Max some love emojis here. Hey, Max, you and this Precious Stone, there's something going on. Edwin Elikem Amenyewu says, Danjuma, there I know definitely is going for Isaka here. Isaka, what's the meaning of Danjuma?
Means Friday one. Today is my day.
Oh, okay. That's why you want to bring military tactics to us in the studio. You be careful. Sure, we are not ready for any military thing. But yeah, that was just by the way. Let's move on to the next topic. we mentioned unemployment earlier on here, and we've seen one of the most dangerous atrocities the country is facing now, which is the Galamsey. According to statistics, according to some of the reviews we've gotten from people on grounds trying to fight this Galamsey, we've come to realize that most of the people engaged in Galamsey are the youths who are unemployed. Governments have come and left, and we still see the increasing attractiveness of Galamsey to the youth. This current government, this president promised us that he is going to end the gap, and I'm going to quote Sam George. Sam George said that this fight can be ended in a week if the president is willing. Wow. Now, the previous president also said that he is putting his presidency on the line to end Galamsey, which we never saw happen. Sam Jones said in a week this could end. Now, the government has been in power for 4 months, and it still hasn't ended. Just this Monday, there was a demonstration organized by Okatechie to fight to petition the president on this Galamsey thing, and he feels that the NDC is not willing to fight Galamsey. The party has come into power. We've seen some of the steps they've taken in fighting this Galamsey. We've seen them crack down an entire community of Galamsey Hub. We've seen them seize excavators. We've seen them jail some people. We've seen them deport some people in all these measures to fight Galamsey. Do you think, in actual sense, the NDC doesn't have the will to fight Galamsey? I'll take myself first.
Okay, sure. I will state and emphasize that the NDC doesn't have the will to fight against Galamsey. I think Galamsey was one of Mohammed's campaign topic during last term elections. Let me quote what Mohammed stated. Okay. On May 15, 2024, May 15, 2024, at the third annual transformation dialogue, Mohammed stated and emphasized at Sunyani Une that he's going to fight Galamsey with AI technology. Which hasn't been done. I'll touch that. Also, Mohammed stated again on 14th October 2024 at 5 p.m. at 5:26 p.m. He promised to rebuild the LI 2464 policy, which is going to ban people from mining in our protected forest, which hasn't been done. He also stated on his X, that was on 7th July 2024, 10:55 p.m. on his X handle, that when he's in power, he's going to arrest both MC and DC who are involved, or their municipals are involved in the Galamsey, without arresting the young boys because they are unemployed. That's the reason why they are doing. But he's going to arrest the MC and DC. He posted that on his X handle. That was on the 7th of July 2024, 10 p.m. In his first 120 days book contract, he stated and emphasized that he's going to ban Galamsey within his first 120 days. Per all these 4 things that he has stated, he has failed to do even one of them. Fighting Galamsey with AI, which hasn't been done. We can see that there are still Galamsey ongoing. He promised that in his first 120 days in office, he's going to ban all illegal mining, and he's going to rebuild the 246 policy, which gives people the right to mine in protected forest, which hasn't been done. With all these 4 basic things that he stated during the last campaign that he's going to use to fight against Galamsey, he has failed to do even one. So I can boldly stand and say that Muhammad has failed to fight against Galamsey, and his government is not willing to fight against Galamsey.
So with all these things that I stated earlier on in introducing the topic, which the government has done in fighting, you still think these are just some...
He promised us, based on this 4 things, that he's going to use to fight Galamsey. I'm reading Natural Resource Management in Kane West, and I'm much interested in Galamsey. Galamsey shouldn't even be based on political. It's supposed to be a national issue. But he campaigned. That was the main reason why some people, even my own classmates, some people voted for him, because they think that they are reading natural resources and Galamsey needs to be banned. So based on this 4 things, people believe that using AI to fight Galamsey...
Isn't Galamsey banned?
Galamsey, according to what he said, he's going to use to ban against Galamsey. None of them has been established.
And with the AI to fight it, I think that, don't you think it will be quite unfair that in his first 4 years, AI apparatus could just be established in this little space of time?
I was thinking that Galamsey issue is going to take a long time to be solved, but he stated and emphasized that in his first 120 days, so I relaxed and gave him the first 3 months to solve against the Galamsey, because he stated that...
Has he exceeded that?
He has exceeded.
Alright.
He has exceeded the first 120 days, and he has still failed to solve this Galamsey issue. I was thinking that Galamsey might even take 2 years. I'm reading Natural Resources, but he emphasized that Galamsey is going to solve it with what? it's first 120 days. So first 120 days there, I need to expect more from you.
Sure.
Yeah, and I was expecting more, and he has failed us.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, Maxwell thinks that the president has failed us in his first 120 days promise to end galamsey or fight galamsey or address the issues of galamsey. Joseph, what do you also think?
Okay, thank you very much. Stop galamsey now. Sam George. Stop galamsey now. You see, 3 months to elections. Okay, Chief FIFA. That today he is the one also champion, the same person championing galamsey. He fight galamsey against his own party, and today he is fighting against the other party. Clearly shows that he is not doing politics. Galamsey is not an issue that should be politicized. It's a general something. It's a national issue that we all need to tackle, because if today our water bodies are being destroyed, you and I will be in the condition where we are not supposed to be because of our health issues. Now, if today our forests are being destroyed, our lands are being destroyed, tomorrow where would you and I be able to feel comfortable to live? These are some of the questions we should be asking ourselves as Ghanaians. When you talk about galamsey, if your party is not in power, then you talk about galamsey, they say you are doing politics. Why are you doing this in a political way? This is not politics. Let's face the realistic. You understand? Because we were in this country when Mahama and his team were moving up and down campaigning against galamsey. Way back 2016, when MPP want to come to power, we were also the same thing. We're fighting against galamsey. Nanado said, when I come to power, I'm going to make sure I ban galamsey. When Nanado came to power, we saw what he was doing. He was burning.
What was he doing?
He was burning excavators. He was arresting people and then putting them into jail because of these galamsey issues, because it was destroying things.
The excavators, the ones that got missing. So what happened with that? I think some 500 excavators got missing under Akufo-Addo, right?
Under Akufo-Addo. No, those galamsey, those excavators were being destroyed. We destroyed some, we burnt some, and then today some.
Joe,
it's true.
Joe,
okay. So I don't know of that 500 you are talking about.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know of that. Yes, I don't know of that 500 you are talking about. You see, Mahama said when he comes he would stop galamsey, and then even he said they can stop it within 120 days.
Really?
Yes, in office. Even Sam George said they are going to use, is it a week or so to even stop galamsey?
He didn't say they are going. He said that if the president is willing, he can end galamsey in a week.
In a week.
So we are expecting them to also end it in a week. Now that they are in
when
power.
they came to power. But today, they told us that they told us that we are championing galamsey because our party is lacking financially. And today they are the same people championing this galamsey. When you go to the galamsey site, most of their MPs and then their party chairmen are those heading the galamsey to the assistants now.
Really?
Yes. Even a member of parliament, is he a leader? I've forgotten her name. She's also part of the galamsey. Her pictures and everything was on the media.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I think they should put a stop to it now. Now, just I think about last month, you just heard that the court has ordered a seized 100 of excavators. They've released it. To who?
Yeah, they released it.
When?
Just last month.
That was.
They seized the excavators.
Yes.
They seized the excavators.
When did they seize it and when did
that was under Akufo-Addo's regime.
They seized it under Akufo-Addo's
yes, under Akufo-Addo's regime.
And the
but when Mahama administration has released it
to who?
That is a question to ask now.
Wow. Where was these excavators seized and where were they kept?
In one of the regions. I forgot it. Either I forgot it. I'll check it and get it to you so you can publish it.
Sure, all right.
You see, they seized it and then they've now released it to the people. Some of the galamseyers that were being arrested, they have also been released. The Chinese people that were arrested, they've also released them.
Oh, the ones they said they are deporting them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have not deported them. They are still in the country working.
Hey, really?
Yes.
They are still here working.
Yes.
Okay.
They are championing galamsey.
You have evidence to this?
Yes, I have evidence and everything. Okay. I'll give everything to you.
Sure.
So this is a government that promises us that when I come, I'll do this, I'll do that. But we are not seeing it.
They are not doing it. Okay. So what do you think should be the way to
now? I list out
because I really want the youth to be involved in this because our futures are the ones at stake here.
Yeah. And then I list some few things that would help us stop this galamsey. Now, you see, there should be a proper and like a proper rules and regulation govern this galamsey.
Okay.
There should be a strictly, in fact, they should deploy the militaries. Not people with corrupt, but people with integrity. People that can do the job very well. To be at the various points of where mining is going on, because we can never do away with galamsey. We can never do away with galamsey because galamsey is not. We call it galamsey. That is when it's illegal, but when it's legal, it's what mining.
It's mining, yeah.
We can never do away with mining because one way or the other, we have legit ways to do mining.
Speaking of deploying people, we've seen the government deploy. They call them the Blue Initiative.
The Blue Witches. That Blue Witches, I don't see
the Blue Witches.
Blue Water Guard. I don't see.
Why do you call them Blue Witches?
Because
I did that voice.
Because I don't see the essence of that distance. To me, I feel like there are people that helped in the campaign that they need to put them on, like, you know, to get them some job to do.
So it's like
there is no way. So
so can we also say that in the same sense, Galam stop was also job for the boys then?
Something like that.
Oh, okay. So both parties for cooperating.
No, for
you just said Galam stop was
also. You see, the point I'm trying to make is that how can you bring up an old man because the blue water soldier water dead no. You could see old people in it.
Blue Water Initiative.
You could see people that they are grown enough to be my father, more enough to be my grandfather in this exercise. How are they going to fight galamsey? When you come to the site, when I see such an old man and then I'm on the field working and then you come to sack me, I'll just take my shovel, hit it with you and then continue my work. No, as because that is what I feed on. You understand my point? That is what I feed on. Just let's use the recent Anaglo issue. They were preventing them from what? From doing the galamsey, and then it turned up to what? Into a chaos. They started shooting people, and then lives are being what? Washed away.
Okay.
So that's the same way. If I'm also working, and then you're coming to my workplace to come and sack me from what I feed on, that is what I used to feed my 16 children. What are you trying to tell me? What do you want me to go and eat?
Okay.
You understand my point?
Sure.
But if a military personnel in a uniform coming towards you, you'll be afraid. One can say, "Bonyo face be about anymore." Can you stand? You run away.
But people have been calling for this thing, a shoot to kill approach. Do you fall for that? Do you agree with the shoot to kill approach?
No.
Max, do you? What of a state of emergency?
State of emergency was even stated by Mahama during his last campaign.
Okay.
So I was even thinking that the state of emergency in illegal zones are going to be implemented. Yeah, but still.
Okay. You understand? So these are things that I think the president should do, because during our time, we arrested, we burnt excavators, we did a lot of things.
Oh, but you if you did all these things, honestly speaking, in their first 4 months, they've also been doing these things. They've been burning excavators, we've been seizing excavators.
It is nothing new.
Okay.
We've done it.
We were not burning excavators. They were rather burning.
Is it? So that clearly should tell you that we are in for the business.
Okay.
We can solve the galamsey.
Not the NDC.
Not the NDC.
Okay. All right.
Because when I seize it tomorrow, we'll get people coming to beg.
Okay.
Oh, they enjoy more. We'll talk to them. They'll not do it the same way.
Okay.
We are human beings.
Yeah.
We have that sympathy for them. We'll release it. Right. When you release it, 2 days, 1 week, you see they are doing the right thing. But some couple of days, they'll end up doing the same thing again. But when you burn it, I don't think when they come to become a beggar, are you going to take the ashes for them?
Okay. So you think the burning of excavators is the
it's very important.
Okay. All right. Not just seizing them.
There's no just seizing them.
Because over the weekend, you see there was heavy rains in the eastern region as well, and some places were choked. Do you know what the Eastern Regional Minister did? She ordered for the seized excavators to be used to distill the choked areas. So you still call for the burning of the excavators, so we can use it to.
Yes, we can burn some. We can also use some because the drip machines are there.
Yeah. Okay.
This is an initiative of the MPP government. The drip to help maintain to help build infrastructure in our country, and then it's really going to help us.
Okay.
So we can use those excavators to do those duties. Not necessarily the galamsey excavators should be used.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So there are a whole lot of ways. There are a lot of ways in killing a cat.
Okay.
When I hit the head, it will not die. I can hit the leg and then it will die.
Okay.
So when you do this, you do the other way and then it's not working. Try the other way, and then we'll hit to the bottom.
All right. Try the other way. We'll hit to the bottom. Zaga.
It's not easy. I think my brothers here should be the last people to ever talk about galamsey, including Okateji fever.
Why? And before you go on, let me state this clear. None of you is going to make a rebuttal. Mamu will be ample time to state what they want to state. If you wait to pay, quite a nice topic.
Yeah. You see, I was asking myself, where were they getting all these ideas?
Why?
Because
Why do you ask that?
you just left power like 5 months ago, and you are telling me Nanado government is the one who can solve galamsey. He forgot that Nanado with the municipal assembly. They were the same people who brought the initiative of one constituency, one excavator.
Hey, what was that?
All the 275 constituencies, everybody is having his own excavator now. I'm coming.
That's the drip. The drip.
I'm coming. So when you were burning the excavators, you have forgotten that the constituencies need excavators. We were here, 500 excavators got missing. And today, he's sitting here, he's telling me that he cannot say anything about excavators.
He said he didn't know.
So where are the excavators?
Well, he doesn't know. So
they started burning the excavators until we, the NDC people, started complaining. The excavators can be put into meaningful use, like the way the minister did.
Okay.
I hope you get it. Yeah. But we are also doing what? We were not even burning the excavators. You see the water pump, the one they used to drain the water.
Yeah.
That was what we were burning, the pipes.
So you take it from it and
then we burn them. I hope you get it. We were seizing all the excavators, and as I'm talking to you, the excavator that they were saying that the court released, blah, blah, the excavators is at the Forestry Commission. We also, Elikem Kotoko, the deputy, he came to release a communique that all the excavators are there at the Forestry Commission. And that is what they are using today. To do what? All the holes that the people have dig over there. That is what they are using today.
Okay, I'm coming. So if I get it clear, you were speaking of the excavators which were released by the Forestry Commission.
No. It was not even released by the forest. It was released by this thing.
The mayor.
The mayor.
Well, the mayor came to plead that he didn't know that, and he wasn't releasing it to be given out to the
people.
They wanted to use it for
something better.
Okay.
I hope you get it.
Okay.
So they should get their facts right. And you see, we are here talking about Galamsey, our own party chairman, Ashanti Region, Apunta Mining. We also what he's doing at Tano River. We witnessed we saw the video.
Yeah.
We have witnessed what is going on, and it is very sad to watch.
Okay.
And you even saw the minister crying over this thing. And my brother here is talking about Blue Water Guard. You see, he's saying old men and stuff. Look at today. Me and him sitting here, all of us are visitors.
Okay.
But if you are looking for a camera here which is not working, there is no way I and him is going to defend that. This to identify. It is only the people here who can identify that this camera is not working or this laptop is not working. That is the main reason why the minister made sure he got people from that places so that they are just monitors. They are the people monitoring and giving information.
Okay.
That is why you see that each and every step that the Forestry Commission is taking, they are on point because they know where they are going.
Okay, so
and the time they should go there.
People are informants.
They are informants. Okay. That is their job to
so
identify
to chase the people.
Who can they chase?
Oh, okay.
They are there to identify the problem. I hope you get it.
Yeah, sure.
They are working directly with the Forestry Commission. Yes, because if we know Nana Akufo-Addo government had the same thing. What was their duty? Were they able to do what is right? The same people who said they are fighting the Galamsey, they are the same people who are doing the Galamsey.
So,
if you are telling that
yes, your party has the will.
Yes, you saw. We just revoke a lot of licenses. You saw it.
Yeah. And
you are here complaining about a government who is 4 months old. You are here talking about AI.
But don't you think it is fair for the public to criticize a government who stated in opposition that this fight could be ended in a week? And they've been in power for 4 months and the fight is still going on.
What we have done in 4 months, the measures we have put in place, Nanado 8 years has not done that thing.
How?
What measures? For good 8 years.
What measures have you
for good 8 years.
You had your time.
For good 8 years. The fight that we are fighting today, what the ministry, the lands have able to done with the ministry of Forestry Commission, what they have done, Nanado could not do it. We all knew Akunta Mining. They are having their licenses, but what they are doing over there, they are operating illegally.
Okay.
We all saw the videos, what they have done, the Tano River, the situation of Tano River today, we all saw it.
Okay.
So if you are here to criticize Nanado, Mahama, a lot of people can criticize Mahama, but not Baumia government.
Okay.
They should just sit down and keep quiet and watch us. Not somebody like Okatechi Efifa, someone who has no credibility. We are talking about people who can criticize that, not you people. You are not the people to be giving a solution today.
Okay.
You had the mandate 8 years ago. For good 8 years, you were not able to do anything. Someone who is 4 months old, you are here talking about AI. And you know how they establish AI. You know the measures to put in to get what? To get AI work. So don't just tell me if Mama said he's going to implement the AI idea to fight Galamsey, it's something that he's going to do it one day.
Okay.
Let me
so we should give your party a little bit.
Yes,
time.
They should give us a little bit time.
Let's move on.
We are not going to give you time today and tomorrow.
We are already fighting it
on them to make sure they stop Galamsey.
We are fighting it and we are going to stop Galamsey.
Let me clarify
10 seconds.
Yeah, you were talking about Akunta Mining doing illegal. Do you know that as at May 1st, they filed a defamation suit against the government? And
we don't have a problem. They should do whatever they want to do.
That doesn't.
They should do whatever they want to do.
Edubuahin also.
That was this report wasn't true according to Akunta Mining's report.
That's according to
Akunta
Mining. If we should take Akunta Mining's report, we can as well take the Forestry Commission.
So now we can't conclude until the High Court gives its final verdict. So we can't conclude.
Are they aware the woman organizer is no longer in charge?
And also you can't tell me that the Blue Guides initiative is an informat. When you read your first 120 days in office, the Blue Guides initiative is in, and it was that they are going to ban the illegal mining by going to the site
To do what?
The blue people are going
No,
to ban
I'm
it.
having
To
it
do
here.
what?
You can
Wow.
read
To
it.
do what?
Let me read it to
Yeah,
you.
okay, read
Let
it.
me
To do
you.
what?
Ban illegal mining and new mining activities in the forest reserve. Roll out the Tree for Life and the Blue Water Initiative.
What is their role?
Let
The
me
blue water, what is
continue.
their
Let
role?
me continue.
Relax.
Yeah, let's talk about facts.
What is their role?
But
Let me continue.
So let's hear the.
Okay, to heal and sustainably harmless of the environment by the illegal mining into economic and environmental recovery.
So the blue initiative.
What is their role?
Ban it.
They are there going to ban illegal mining. That was the first thing he stated in his.
So when you were reading, what were they saying?
They are just going to ban the illegal mining.
The blue water
initiative.
Yeah, you can read it here.
Okay.
Let me put it on camera so you can read.
All right.
Let's talk about facts and let's
talk about facts.
Let's talk about facts.
Our next topic, and with this one, everyone is going to have 1 minute 30 seconds for this one. The 4-year cycle. Has it been enough so far? Do we think it is a much enough time for any government to be able to roll out their developmental plan or implement their plans for the country? I'll take you first.
It depends on the government.
Okay.
I hope you understand. And it depends on, you see, the 4 years is not that enough. But it depends on who is leading the government.
Okay.
John Dramani Mahama has been there before. For him, 4 years is enough for him. Because he's going to build a good foundation.
Okay.
He has been there before and he knows what he's up to.
Okay.
I hope you get it. And he's putting measures in place so that at least whoever takes over can continue whatever is going on.
Okay.
We are just building a nation. I hope you get it. We are building a nation. And it's about what? It is a continual effort. I hope you get it. He is having a mandate, which is 4 years mandate as the president. But doesn't mean that the country is not going to move on when John Dramani Mahama is not there.
Okay.
The NDC is there before John Dramani Mahama came. So even when John Dramani Mahama is not around, the NDC administration is still going to do what? Continue with the betterment of the country.
So you think
John Dramani Mahama is having his 4 years. That is what has left for him.
Okay.
But we are going to make sure we have a good foundation for whoever is coming.
Okay.
I hope you get it. Like how we had a good foundation for Nanado and he came to do whatever he's doing today.
Okay. So you believe that the 4 years is enough for any government to be able to...
4 years is enough,
okay,
for John Dramani Mahama.
No, but we are talking generally, like as a government.
Yeah.
4 years is enough. Should be enough for you. Is
Yeah,
that what
4
you're
years
saying?
should be enough for you to lay a good foundation.
Okay, all right. Joe.
Thank you very much. You are saying 4 years is enough. But I can't remember Mahama made a statement some time ago. 4 years is never enough for a government for a government to make changes in the country.
Okay.
And you are here today telling me 4 years is enough. 4 years is enough to make a government. But your own president said 4 years is not enough, which me, I don't agree to that. Just recently, the Archbishop Duncan Williams made a statement that 4 years is never enough for a government. And then I don't see that to be the best. Because you can use 4 years to make a country if you are determined.
Okay.
Now,
so then you are in agreement with Isaka then?
He was against it. Oh
no, Isaka said 4 years should be enough.
I didn't get, because I was about to refer him to Ibrahim Traore. The man just took over, not even, it's less than 4 years.
Yeah.
But see the things, the wonderful things he's doing in the country.
Oh, so you can we say that his less than 4 years tenure has been much developmental than the 8
years of Nana. That's the fact.
No, I'm only asking.
Never.
Yeah, it's not.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Go on.
Because the NPP government, the 8 years that we spent in office, we've done a lot for Ghana.
Done his 4 years.
Sure.
Done his 4 years.
Joe, continue with your 4 year cycle thing. Don't mind Isaka.
So we can use 4 years to develop the country. If we put in measures, you can do it.
And you had
so
8 years.
I think 4 years is enough for every government to do the necessary things he's supposed to do. Even though the policies you bring out, I know human beings, you can never accomplish all of them, but at least 30-50% should be off.
Hey, 30-50.
Yeah, you should.
And that's below power.
That's below.
No, I'm saying like it's an assumption.
Okay.
At least one bomb more than 50%. Deal 70.
It's all share more party now in the last 8 years. Percentage wise, what is the figure you?
80%.
Okay, all right. That's fair. Max, let's take it.
Okay, sure. Whether 4 years being enough or whether it's not enough. If 4 years was enough for Muhammad to destroy the country, then I think 4 years is also enough for the government to make the country a better one.
Okay.
I think if we were the first 4 years in government, he was able to implement and establish about 80% or 90% of his policies. Yeah, the free SHS, trying to solve doomsday, a lot of things was done in his first 4 years. I think that first 4 years in government, it's a way of solving problem. I think it's better.
It's better. So 4 years should be enough.
4 years should be enough. Okay. Even Mama emphasized that you can even use 120 days to solve. Then why not?
Okay. But before we go on to our last topic for the day, I want to read some comments here. That's coming from Joseph Oforidua. He says very educative show. Jackson Perazim, I support you, Ajiti. Cynthia Agbehazi says, Nash, I love your submissions. Cynthia Agbehazi, okay. This also coming from Cynthia. He says that the measures in place by the NDC government to put structures and system back to alignment is so amazing. I agree with Honorable Nash. Okay, Nash is getting some accolades. Why is it that all of your accolades are coming from girls? Hey, you people, what are you doing with these girls there that I am not doing some? Me that I'm sitting, Obi Akra and can say the host is asking a good question. Not just Nipa and you. Okay, but yeah, so that has been it. Let's also take sorry, the last topic for the day, and we'll move on. But so far so good. We've enjoyed the show. Thank you for all of you listening to us here. Do same. Stay tuned for all the other shows about to roll out throughout the weekend. We'll be coming your way with so many amazing shows. Next week we'll also be here again with so many amazing shows and programs. Breakfast show will resume on Monday. Our able guests here will resume in the studio next week Friday too. So keep in touch as we take you along the journey. Our last topic for the day is unemployment crisis. The government has laid out some initiatives which aims to tackle unemployment crisis in Ghana. 4 months in, a Jumapa program, the coding program. Nash, this is your field. Talk to us about your initiatives to tackle unemployment crisis.
Thank you very much.
So far, what are some of the things you put in?
I think you are a good citizen and you are following whatever is going on. And like the way John Dramani Mahama promised, he's a deliver. When he promised something, you see that he is VMB with you. And you just saw that just few days ago, the National Youth Authority, they just launched the National Apprenticeship Program, which is going to help a lot of us.
What is the National Apprenticeship Program about?
It's all about helping the young ones or anyone to achieve something to do.
A skill.
Okay. I hope you get it. Sure. So whether you want to be a tailor or a seamstress, or whether you want to learn how to make soap,
carpentry
and other stuffs. And for me personally, I've assisted over 50 students to sign on the National Apprenticeship Program.
Wow.
Yeah, because we took it as a voluntary to be sending the link to people. We show them how to fill the forms and other stuff so that they can enroll on it. And I was advising them that it's not only about being a medical nurse, but at least you learning something such as doing a soap and other stuff.
Sure.
So I just want to commend the president for that. And we also we saw NIP. They also launched the entrepreneurship program, which they are going to help the young ones, or not the young ones only, but people who have the business but they just need some little capital. Someone maybe wants to register his business, also someone just needs some financial support. So imagine you have a tailoring shop and you have only one machine, but you have enough space. The government is going to support you, establish the business, and also register the business for you, and also give you 3 or 4 people. That is where the apprenticeship programs come in. That's why when they launch the entrepreneurship program and they launch the apprenticeship program, so that when they get the people who wants to be the tailors and the stitchers, they can just quickly push them over there. And you also saw what the Ejumara program, which is there to help people who don't have work. And the Ejumara have already started. The Blue Water Guard, almost 500 of them. I hope you get it. Yes. And
the has it been rolled
out? It will come very soon. Very, very soon. And they will come. Yeah, they will come kitty.
Why is Joseph?
I'll introduce my brother to the Nkukon kitty. Yeah, I'm going to introduce him to the Nkukon kitty. Yes, seriously. Because that will be also under the apprenticeship and also the entrepreneurship. They are going to assist us, and that's directly under the Ministry of Agric. And they are putting things in place, and I think it's really, really going to help.
And the coding,
that's wonderful. My brother, he even logged in. Yes.
How do you know he logged in?
Oh, I know him. He's my good friend. You see, it's not about MPP. It's not about anything. When you see something that is going to benefit us, my brother, quickly log in. That one, we assisted a lot of students on it, on how they can log in, and some people will go to training very soon. Me, I was just planning to learn the cyber security. It's very, very important. No. It's all of us. We are Ghanaian. Just utilize that opportunity and join. And you see, the president made 4 promises, and all the 4 promises have been delivered.
Name them.
The Ejumapa, the Ejumara, the 1 million coders, the National Apprentice Program, and the entrepreneurship program under the NIP. And it is something that, you see, just 4 months, 120 this agenda, and all these things are going. You see, when you have something doing, you are going to remove some little burden on the government.
But if you are doing all these things in 4 months, what are you going to do in the next months?
We have laid the foundation. You see, first the plan was to make sure we complete all the abandoned projects.
How is that plan going?
But quickly the president changed the plan because he realized that when you complete the abandoned project, what are the people sitting in the house that they are doing nothing? I hope you get it. So today, if I can do soap, I'll be able to do the soap. I'll be selling it. I'll get something. After our 1 year, whatever we are supposed to do, the government is going to make sure each and everything is put in place. And you see, the night is still young. I hope you get it. And everything is possible. John Dramani Mahama is a visionary leader.
Now you people are going with Baumia's.
It is possible.
It's possible.
That is to them. You know, it is possible. You have seen even the national chairman just rolled out from the top.
Talk about your initiative.
It tells you that everything is possible.
Your initiative to
I hope you get it. And you see, I want to tell all the youth of the country, not only the youth, our mothers who are in the house, who think they can learn how to do the soap and other stuffs. We should be able to try and enroll them on it. And also we should take the opportunity to learn the 1 million coders program, because the country is not developing, and even the world at all. You see, we are in a different world now. So learning something for yourself is very, very important. I'm a procurement student, but I want to learn and be part of the cyber security training as well. So each and everyone should take that opportunity.
Okay, so the unemployment crisis. We're in this same country. Their first 1 month in office, they sack.
Did they sack with a reason, or it was just a baseless sacking?
They sacked because they were like, while NPP was leaving office, they gave some people opportunities. They gave out, they enrolled some people on employment.
That was the reason why they sacked?
Yes, because they are politically employed.
So it wasn't because there were various technical reasons regarding their mode of employment or whatever?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was
just because MPP4 an employee or more free power, more free upon more employment amount.
Okay.
So because of that, go home.
Okay.
And then
Isaka spoke for 3 minutes, so you are 3 minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
So basically, it clearly shows you that the NDC are not the government that they can solve unemployment employment issues for us in this country.
Looking at the initiatives.
Now the initiative they have launched. Now, way back in our 8 years of office, we initiated the same policies. The Jumara was then that's the same as the 1 year project.
What was the 1 year project?
What the 1 year does is that they train youth in soap making, hair making, makeup, this coding and the rest. They have all those.
The 1 year was
yes,
coding.
yes.
So what was the turnout, the beneficiary turnout?
A lot of people. Okay. For my campus, for instance, Akatenka University, I gave about 50 slots to people.
Wow.
Aside that 50 slots to people, in my constituency, I gave more than 70.
So it was slotted.
No,
how do you get
not as in
slotted?
You see, it's a link.
Okay.
So you give the link out to the people. That share, and then make sure you all join. So the people within my community, those that I feel like they are not working, they are not doing anything, why don't I bring them together? Because you have a common platform, a constituency common platform that the youth within my area, we are all in. So I just send the link in there, then I make sure I assist them.
So you don't think there's anything new to combat unemployment? Yes. It's just a technical name given to something which is not going to benefit anyone.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the same thing that the YE is doing, because the project is just mentioned. It's under the YE.
Okay. Okay. So it's already
the NIP is already there. The NIP he's talking about is already in existence.
Okay.
Supporting people. Even just last year, we enrolled in Youth Start project that we support people financially to raise their business that they want to do.
Okay.
You understand? So there is nothing new with the initiative they are bringing up. It's just the same thing, but just they've given it a name.
Okay.
Just to make Ghanaians feel like they are doing something.
You don't think the youth should be happy or any hopeful of all these things?
No, they shouldn't be happy. It's just the same thing that is in existence.
Okay.
But I would also advise them they should also join, because no. Okay. Ghana first.
Okay.
No matter the political party we belong to, Ghana first.
So even though it's nothing new, it's not going to be beneficial, they should still join.
Yes.
It's not just going to waste their time.
It's beneficial. But what I'm trying to say is that it is nothing new.
Okay, so it's already there.
It's already in existence.
All right.
So it's just the name that they have changed.
Okay.
Instead of saying the YE project, they are saying a Jumapa project.
Okay. So more baby are more dear now.
I know almost YE no, but they are going to create an office
for
in a sense that Mahama Subaye way initiative in on sorry for the two have come. But it's the same thing.
Okay. All right.
Just trying to deceive Ghanaians.
Okay. Okay.
They promise us on the 24-hour economy 3 shifts.
Yeah.
Till now, nothing.
Okay. So almost say in their tenor also in
so we can say the first 120
days.
No.
No, the 24-hour economy is not in the.
It is in it.
Okay. Well, all I can say about that is that they have mentioned that in the next budget they are going to enroll that into. Number 7 is okay.
24-hour economy.
That is to them, for them, their own platform.
No. This is.
That's for Mahama.
That's not your.
It's online. You can
this is it.
That's them.
Hey,
Nash. Let's talk about facts.
Mahama's first 120 days social contract.
This is not an official.
It's online. You can even go for it.
Hey, Nash.
Let's talk about facts.
You see, do you know the problem? All of us understand governance.
Yeah.
I want to ask him, the 24-hour economy that the government said is going to do, which measures have they put in place?
I'm coming. We are not talking about. All we are saying is that you said in your first 120 days,
yes,
you are going to roll it out, and it hasn't been rolled out yet. That's
we have brought that initiative, and Look at, you see.
Okay. You get
hold on, let me finish.
We have brought that initiative.
We let me finish. Now, we are in this same country. Yeah. This Dumso issue has also affected a lot of people just within these 4 months. Unemployment. In my constituency,
the Dumso has.
Yes, it has affected. Yes. Okay. About 4 coastal companies in my constituency, they've collapsed due to this Dumso. Because it's very true.
Okay, but the Dumso, it didn't start this year.
No.
For this one, I am a Ghanaian as well, and I faced Dumso, and I'm telling you, Dumso didn't start this year.
During our tenure, it was just last year that we experienced Dumso for 3 months. Even that, it wasn't even consistent like their government.
Okay, but
their first 4 years, their tenure before they left office, before he came in, that was the 2012 to 2016. See the huge Dumso we faced,
which they fixed before they left office.
They never fixed it.
I am a journalist, so I'm speaking to the fact that they fixed it. Your candidates even acknowledge the fact that they fixed it, but they can't take credit for it because they were the same people who caused them so. So they fixed it. Let's establish that fact. Secondly, do you realize that the energy sector today is owing in excess over 70 billion? Do you realize that? And this debt accumulated from 2018 to 2024. Do you realize that? So if we are speaking of the matters of the power outage, I want us to be very fair.
They should not talk some. They should not say anything.
No. You can't say that.
Look at the deal they had with IMF. And today they are trying to deceive Ghanaians, telling Ghanaians that
you are done with your time on air. Let me even put your microphone off.
Let me continue. Let me take it.
You get my point. And then it has really hurt a lot of people because I have some of the youth within my constituency
who has also lost their business.
Yes, because of the Dumso issue. Because when it happens, so the fishes in the fridges, they got spoiled. Okay. So definitely, as I know, we have to close down the shop for some time for them to import new ones. So due to that, they are in the house.
So you think that this initiative, kettled with Dumso, has nothing to address unemployment? That's what you're saying. Okay, all right.
So they should work on that. If they say they can do it, they should do it. We don't want complaints.
No, we are not talking about Dumso. We are talking about the initiatives to combat unemployment.
This initiative,
and the initiative you say is bogus.
It's bogus because it's already in existence already. So I don't see the essence of them telling me.
So it's been in existence already, and it has still not been able to
address a lot of unemployment issues. Because today, I sit at home, I can work.
Okay, all right.
Through this Akufo-Addo Bawumia initiatives.
Okay, all right. Max, let me take you. You have exactly 3 minutes to finish.
Wow.
Yes. So.
What's that? My papa. Okay, you are trying to tell us a government who is really much interested in unemployment rate of the youth there. Yeah. But in this first 1 month, he sacked about thousands of people who are employed.
Okay.
That's sorry. I also with the policy about which has been in existence for a long time. Yeah, the why you asked my brother I was about to say that my brother need the why it is there. But let's see. All these policies has been in existence for the past years, but still it hasn't been able to tackle the rate of unemployment in the country.
Okay.
I was even thinking about he's going to talk about the 24-hour economy. I think that was their major policy that they are going to use to tackle unemployment rate.
Okay.
In his first 120
flagship.
Yeah. Okay. So I was even thinking that my brother is going to talk about my other brother is going to talk about the 24-hour economy. If we are talking about unemployment rate, then he needs to talk more about the 24-hour economy. Because all these policies has been in existence for a long time and still unemployment rate is still there. We all know we are all in Ghana.
Okay.
Let us be factual.
Yeah.
All these things we usually apply online. It will end up nothing.
Okay.
You apply, it will end up nothing. So if your government is really interested in tackling the rate of unemployment in the country, then why not the 24-hour economy he promised Ghanaians?
Okay.
He has even failed to even talk about the 24-hour economy since he was even elected.
Okay.
He has even failed to talk about that. Yeah. So if truly is really interested in solving the unemployment rate, he wouldn't have go the Jumapa, the coordinator has already been in existence for for the past years.
We should just forget about
all these things and focus on the 24-hour economy to tackle unemployment rate.
Okay.
You have ignored all this initiative now. You are bringing the Jumapa. Something for the boys. Okay. They're just going to share.
All right. So that's something for the boys from Marcel. It's a bogus initiative from Joseph, but Isaka still thinks that this is the way to go.
You see,
Isaka, I didn't say
just 30 seconds. I want to clarify something. I'm glad he said it's something that you just log in online. It's bogus. But I thought they just said they started it. They also share link. Don't you share link?
You share link, and then at the end of the day, the link you share, the people get the employment.
Was that one also bogus?
You see, okay, so yours, the people got employment.
Yes,
but our own is bogus, right?
Let's wait and see. Okay. Because I know a couple of people.
Who have logged on
that they've logged in that till now. From
really?
Yes.
Really, your own Tesco members who called me. Almost 4 people logged in. 3 people are called, and 1 person is complaining that he has not been called.
So
I'm coming.
So that alone
wait.
Tell you what I'm saying.
I'm coming. Do you know? And I asked him. Do you know the question I asked him? The 3 people. What are they studying? You see, the thing is that he is studying cybersecurity, and they are studying coding, something different.
Okay.
And the 3 people who are studying the coding, all of them have been called. And the cybersecurity have not been called.
Okay.
They are still putting measures in place where we also are going to have our class.
Okay, for the cyber.
It is all about badges.
Okay.
And you see, today, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
The 30 seconds is up.
10 seconds. Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Foreign Affairs. They just introduced the 24-hour economy.
Yeah.
And now they have even introduced the delivery. And this is going to give job to the boys.
Okay,
I hope you get it.
Sure.
So you see, it's all about step by step.
It's
You see, just keep calm.
I don't believe in this 24-hour economy.
The same people that you are complaining.
I don't believe in it because the 24-hour is already in existence.
This is why we draw the curtain on the show this morning. It has been amazing having the gentlemen on the show, the breakfast show this morning. They will keep arguing even after the show. Outside the studio, I know they will. But we will be ending the show here. Well, thank you so much for making time with us. It's been a long ride, an educative one, from the newspaper review to Debbie's Girl to Today in History to the health segment and to the discussions of the day. It's been amazing with Maxwell, with Joseph, and with Isaka. We will be coming your way same time next year with them in the studio. Don't forget to hit us up on all our social media platforms. Stay glued for the rest of the day. You are going to enjoy amazing shows from GhanaTalks Radio. Over the weekend too, we'll be coming here with some commentary, with sports reviews and all. Monday we will resume here with the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Over the weekend, we will be girl our person Dini Pia. If you lounge our home, locate a few lounge at Anya on the Assembly Road. You locate a few lounge there. They have delicious meals, affordable, a very serene environment. So yes, this is where we'll be leaving you. My name is Pakwesio Mare, and I will say a happy weekend to you. Bye.